lighting during the beginning of the show.
Everything's all smooth.
Everything's working correctly.
You wouldn't let me out of the kitchen until the show started this.
I know, right?
Stay in the kitchen, damn it.
If you guys missed it, go back to our Sportscast Instagram. You get Knocker's whole menu tonight. It was fantastic.
See what happens when you have a Mexican running things, Josh?
We have some, what's that?
I said, see what happens when you have a Mexican running
Well,
things?
you pay someone a little cash and they'll do quite, pick you up on the corner and you did what I told you to.
I thought all you guys are
Fantastic,
Mexicans.
right?
Yeah, we are. Some more than others.
See, I can play both. I can play both sides. That's the good thing about me. So,
I'm half Italian, so I hear you.
right there you go. Turn my headphones up just a little bit, Renee. I think I'm number 2. Number 2 or number 1? There you go. All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you for everyone checking us on YouTube right now. Get the chat going. Get it fired up as usual. What up, MX811 already? Happy hump day. What up, Guru? I love how he only says hi to me all the time.
That's because he's a bitch.
MX811,
He's a kiss ass at work and he's a kiss ass here.
Oh, man. Is he a kiss ass at work?
Hey, Tony.
What does he do? What does he do?
Tony says, hey, Manuel. What, Tony? What can I do for you? What? Sure.
He's one of those guys?
Yeah,
He's and then he acts tough.
It's all hard everywhere else.
Behind the
and
keyboard,
shit,
MX81, but I like him because behind the keyboard, he likes me. I don't mind him at all. I mean, you got to work with the guy. So
right.
Says, what up, guys? We got a lot going on tonight. We're going to test me and Renee's friendship coming up in just a little bit.
Yeah, we've been friends for a long time.
Yeah, we've been friends
Josh.
for a long time. Yeah, I see you every week almost.
Yeah.
I mean, for the last 5 years, pretty much.
We'll see.
And we're going to test it. And I'm sure.
Did we get a DNA test coming?
Yeah, I know. Exactly. I actually might test a lot of our. There's going to be some words I think exchanged because I'm glad.
Is your wife pregnant and you're fixed?
No.
I know where you're going with this, Josh, and I have some things to say.
I know
too.
you do. I know.
Pretty passionate about
I
it.
know because I know Steve's going to too because
I'm
it's
pretty
going to
passionate
revolve
about it.
Dodger fans, and I know Steve is a Dodger fan as well, a big Dodger fan. So I'll have that to say, and I know Knocker as well. And so I'll go on a little rant in a little bit, and we were able to go back and forth because I'm sure we have something to say. Also coming up, Knocker, we've got March Madness down to the Final Four. You couldn't be any more happier that Duke got knocked out, right? Were you
Absolutely.
just elated?
It's awesome. Anybody can win this thing.
Love it.
Why? Honestly, I don't. I'm a big sports fan, and I've watched the Christian Laettner things and the Duke videos, and why you kind of people don't either you like or hate him, right? You're playing one side. Why is it so much though? Like you even said it right now. Like without even asking, you wanted Duke to lose, right?
Well, I just don't want somebody to dominate so much. You know who's going to be in the final, and you know who's going to win. That's
But at the same time,
it's
isn't
old.
Michigan State? Michigan State's been there quite a bit of times as well. So
Yeah, but see, Michigan State is a totally different program, totally different atmosphere.
Explain that to
Duke-
me though. Why? What is
Finances.
different?
Okay, Duke was the last holdout. Okay, and up until then, I was cool with Duke. But Duke is like the Yankees. Okay, there's every other school, and then there's Duke. Clean,
Like
clean
Notre
cut,
Dame?
Clean cut.
They're independent.
It's like Alabama. No, but it's like Alabama in football. There's Alabama, and then there's everybody else.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Duke held out. Coach K held out for the longest time. I have the utmost respect for him. Has nothing. My problem with Duke has nothing to do with their coach.
Okay.
He was the last holdout for the one and done.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's now into the Kentucky, into these other schools, Kansas, and the one and dones, right?
Okay.
And he's only won one title since he went to the one and done. Michigan State. All you have to say is the kid that made the last shot for Michigan State to win the game, 5th-year senior. Look at Michigan State's roster, upperclassmen. Look at Texas Tech's roster, upperclassmen.
Okay.
All right? Virginia's a little bit mixed. Auburn, also upperclassmen. Okay? Those programs I like. Kids that stay and
they're
hone
a
their
team.
skills.
So you're anti-Kentucky then?
Yes.
But that's not Kentucky's fault.
No.
Why is it Kentucky's fault for me recruiting the best players?
That's fine,
coming out
but
of
when's
high
the
school.
last time-
It's not my fault that the NCAA doesn't have a rule that restricts them leaving
I
after a year.
agree.
Why are
The
you
rule-
holding me to that and hating my school because of that?
Hey, Josh, the rules already exist. So maybe you don't go after the top 2 guys because you know they're only
You
going to be
take the
there
third
once.
guy that's going to stay for 4
Right.
years. Michigan State wins because they're a team. Their shirt says family.
Well, obviously it works, Knocker, because Duke and Kentucky not of late, but Duke and Kentucky are there every single year.
They're in contention, but they're not winning. They're not winning championships.
'Cause
they're
they've
getting
got
to Final
superstars.
Fours, but they're not getting to championships. Look back. They're not. They're just not. Michigan State gets there with less talent, Butler gets there because they've got guys that have stayed there for 4 years. You get these smaller schools with seniors that are playing against freshmen, and it means something.
Yeah.
It means they go through battles. They fight from freshman till senior year. These guys get together for what, 1.5 years, and then they split up. You can't create, family in that hard, atmosphere in the locker room. You can't create that when everybody leaves after 1 year. You just plug in.
No, I get it.
players.
I agree with you. There's no team chemistry.
Basketball, you got to have that team because you got 5 guys on and you're so involved with each other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, baseball. Guys can come and go every inning, and it's a position thing, and it's it's not that critical.
Yeah, there's only 5 guys.
There's 5 guys, and you got to be able to anticipate and think ahead.
That's just my issue, and the one and done I've always said is ruining the NBA. So they are changing the rule in 2 years. You're gonna have to stay in school for 2 years.
I disagree with you that it's ruined the NBA because I don't
the
think
NBA is a
because
shit product.
unlike football, there's a freshman, a sophomore college player can ball with a professional basketball player, but a sophomore football player cannot ball with a professional football player.
I will give you that they can shoot with them, but again, you're trying to create a team with a bunch of 18 and 19-year-old kids who are millionaires.
Yep.
They make more money than the coach. Half of them don't even listen to the coach. Look at the bench during the timeouts. Half of them don't even listen to the damn coach.
No, I agree with you. There has to be team chemistry. I'm not disagreeing with you on that point, but to have hate for a school because of that is weird to me.
I don't hate it. It's just they're winning. They win all the time, and it's just
Same
people
New
hate
So
it.
it's nothing else than
New
they
England.
win. That's
Right.
why they're hated.
It's the same reason everybody hated
There's
UCLA.
nothing. Do you think it's race related at all because it is a
not at
preppy
all.
white
No.
school?
No.
Some people are hate them because
No,
of
we
that.
can't be
yes.
ignorant to that fact because there are people that don't like them
Oh,
because
yeah,
they are.
They think they're better than we are. Yes,
a country club school per se.
Yeah, there's some of that. Absolutely, there is elitist school, but that's how they looked at UCLA for years and years and years. Crew cuts, and everybody looked exactly the same, and blah 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 blah, and everybody was rebels against UCLA. Well, Duke is that team now.
Yeah.
And, just like the Patriots. Why do people hate the Patriots? Because they're
Yeah.
just
'Cause they're the
freaking
best.
tired
'Cause
of
they're the
somebody
best.
being better than you all the effing time.
If anyone's wondering, that's just Steve-O in the house. We haven't introduced Steve-O yet. So that's the godlike voice you guys are hearing and not seeing right now on YouTube right now. He brought his dog with him, his new puppy,
'Cause-
over there. So if you hear jingling or sit down, there's God damn it, or there's shit in the studio,
No.
or he
That's
No,
me.
I brought the shot collar, so there won't be
Oh,
any.
damn.
Yeah, I'll try it out on you. See what you
Damn.
think.
What kind of a dog is it?
It's supposed to be purebred Australian Shepherd, but I think the fox got a hold of the bitch.
Oh,
He's awfully
Some
small,
work
and he
there.
springs like a goddamn fox. So I'm not sure what he is,
Damn.
but he's a cool guy. But
oh, Jamsters.
Bud Knocker loves dogs.
Wow,
so
yeah,
I brought him.
like I just told your wife, if you ever doubted that I love you, this is the tipping point right here. There's a dog in my studio, not in my yard, in my studio.
No, but you've been used to that because Johnny used to bring MacGyver into the studio.
No,
so
MacGyver was MacGyver.
It's different than your house. It's a little different.
True, but the dog was in my house.
Hey, I'd rather have shit here than shit at home when I'm gone.
Oh my God!
So if you ever doubted I loved you, Steve, there's
I'm gonna
proof
tell you right now,
positive.
Steve. Right now, when he saw your car walk up with the dogs, is exactly what he yelled in the kitchen.
Suck my cock and murder your family!
Yeah, but he was
That's
talking.
exactly what he said with me and Renee getting our chicken cacciatore. He's like, Steve just brought the fucking dog.
Suck my cock! I'll murder your
Like
family!
with the knife in his hand. Like
He was saying that to my wife, though.
I love how your wife came and said first thing he says to my pops is all Steve's idea. Steve's idea.
It's
She knew.
all
She
Steve.
knew right away. Joy walked in. She knew right away. Steve's idea. Steve's idea.
She wasn't owning it.
Oh,
Hey,
what
Luca.
up, Matt
Luca,
Ross?
they're giving
What's
you
going
shit.
on?
Go shit in the corner, would you?
Says here, pay the college players and they will stay. They follow the money. That's a good point,
Yep.
Knocker.
That wouldn't be.
That
wrong.
is a good point.
Yes.
Paying the college athletes. Can you
I
imagine how much?
like that because
Okay.
those guys on Michigan State, maybe one of them will play pro basketball. But if I'm a pro coach, I want that guy. He's had 4 years of tutelage under Tom Izzo. He knows offensive schemes. He knows what the game's about. He plays defense. He's unselfish.
It's not
He's
all about
the
him.
things I want in a basketball player. Zion is fantastic, and he might be a team player.
Put those headphones on real quick because I can't take you seriously with you.
Crooked headphones?
I've done it for about 10
Are they
minutes to
broken
open the
or what?
show.
I'm just a
Yeah.
sweet transvestite.
Knocker busted him.
Oh.
Watch out, knocker cords on there. There you go. Just till Dan gets here. If Dan walks in, you can switch them up. Turn them off, though, so the batteries don't go out.
I can't hear a thing.
You can't hear a thing?
No.
You can't hear anything of this?
I can't hear me in mine, but I don't
Don't
need
be
to.
wagging. Don't be pulling cords. Don't do it again.
Okay. It's just a bad connection right there.
Speaking of that, Matt Barajas says, you just moved mine. You just moved mine. Matt Barajas says, he's like, last week's fight between you and Nog for the show was legit. Loved it. Loved it. See,
Hey, that wasn't role playing either. Josh was
Odog
legitimately
says, what up,
pissed
gentlemen? Biggins212 says, one and done doesn't ruin the NBA. I agree with you, Biggins.
You are so wrong.
It doesn't ruin the NBA.
They
Because
can't shoot
what do
free
you
throws. They
mean?
don't play defense. They travel.
Knocker, LeBron was the best player when he came out as a high school player. Kobe was one of the best players
That's fine.
when he came out.
But for
That's
every
only one or
Kobe,
two guys,
right?
dude.
For every
You
Kobe and
there's
LeBron,
there's a lot of them.
for every Kobe and LeBron, there's a guy that just is just there. And it's going to take 5 years to develop them, and you're paying them a shit ton of money.
And you think
hoping
playing
makes
at Oklahoma State for
Absolutely.
3 years is going to make him that much better
Yes,
of a
I
ball
do.
player
Yes,
than going to the NBA, getting professional
absolutely
coaching,
do. Go to
learning
Gonzaga.
from the pros.
Yes. Go to Gonzaga for 4 years.
You completely.
I don't like that the product is one-on-one basketball. They all stand in a semicircle around the three-point circle. Nobody moves except for Golden State.
But you're getting mad at the game of basketball.
No, this is what one and done has done to the game.
You
It's
think
a bunch
that
of
one and done
one-on-one
has
players.
made the NBA what is? No, the three-point line has made the NBA what the NBA
No.
is. The non-hand checking has made the NBA what the NBA
Well,
is.
the lack of-
not
the
the
lack of-
freshmen coming in, the sophomores coming in because they're good enough to get drafted.
The lack of rule enforcement. They're getting drafted because everyone's scared. Oh, I better draft him because if I don't and he goes to another team and he pans out, I'm going to look like shit, so I better draft him. And how many of them don't pan out?
You lose this argument. Give me a beer.
No, I don't lose this argument. You don't know what you're talking about.
Says LeBron, Kobe, KG, Dwight Howard. I could go on and on, Knocker, with the players that have come out.
Dwight Howard?
Yeah, Dwight.
This guy at the Boston.
Knocker, Dwight Howard in Orlando was legit.
Whatever.
You're not going to give me...
How
you're
many
not gonna-
rings? How many rings?
Okay,
How many rings? And all those guys that he named, how many
between
rings?
LeBron and KG, they've got 4. With Kobe, that's 9. Between those 4 players alone. 9 rings between 4 players. Knocker, do you want more?
I'm just
Biggins, keep sending them.
saying-
Biggins. Google that shit up because I know you're on a computer watching.
I don't know
give
who
me
you
all
are,
the,
but you're so
give
wrong.
Give me all of the
You're
players that have
just so
come out,
wrong.
first-year players that have NBA championships.
And
Because
everybody-
Knocker will be proven wrong.
Everybody travels. Everybody gets to do the little hop. Nobody
But that's
calls
the
3
NBA.
seconds.
That's
well,
not
I don't
the-
like it. That's not basketball.
But you're comparing 2 different things.
That's
You're
not
comparing basketball to a
basketball.
freshman
It's a big
basketball
game of horse.
player. No, whatever. All right.
It is. It's a moving game of horse.
Says here, says
I don't watch
Odog,
it.
what up, gentlemen? It says, and for Biggins, you guys ever check out the game on BKS1 Radio TV on YouTube?
Oh my
Tuesday
God.
nights, 9 p.m.
Are you
It's
serious?
a great show, just like yours. Odog's got other people plugging the show right now.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
I like that. He's paying people to call in to plug
Yeah,
his show.
he's paying people to call it to chat up the YouTube chat right
oh
now.
my God.
I wonder how much he's paying people right now for that. Oh, you're welcome, Odog.
I could add the avocado shortage you were
Oh,
talking
it's
about.
so great, that picture. Retweet that.
Yeah. He's got his reinforcements for the coming avocado shortage.
It's the
Little-
tiniest
the little
avocado.
chicken shit avocado the
Knocker
size
had-
of a
Knocker
golf
had-
ball.
It looks like an olive.
Yeah, Knocker had a bowl of fresh cut avocados and 2 extra. I was like, damn, sir, you could sell those things right
Hey,
now.
you know how
for
much
some
I could've
money
gotten
right-
for 'em?
That's like a dub bag on the streets
I
right now,
got to
bro.
make a mega batch of guacamole next week.
Right?
So, I better
So
not
does
run
Knocker
out.
for the tournament. Everyone said they're
What's
not
up
gonna
next
come.
week?
I got Derelict's weekend out the desert.
Derelict's weekend.
Derelict's
okay.
weekend. All right.
My
Knocker.
Say what?
It's Derelict's too, man. It's all the high school boys, all
Is that right?
acting like high school kids again.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
I even got some 1981 and 82 Playboys for him to look at.
Yeah, he's gonna come out in the
'cause
John.
all
He's
these
gonna
guys-
come out in the John Stockton shorts
No,
with the Playboys
you know
in
why?
the '80s.
You know why?
Boys,
You know why? all these little bitches, they've never seen real tits or a real bush. They've never seen bush before. It's all been shaved. So I'm going to educate these young
Educate
fucks.
them.
Oh
Yes.
man.
Well, I know one thing.
Wow,
if Steve was
winning.
ever shy, if Steve was ever shy about jumping in on the show, that's gone.
No, he's like
He's
a
all in
seasoned
now.
veteran now.
I
He
think-
brings dogs
Hey,
to the show.
I
I
think-
mean, we haven't even had our biggest name guest bring animals.
Bitch,
He walks
I
in,
own this
Yeah,
place.
he's like, I bring liquor and I bring dogs now. He's got his own
I think-
flask. Like he
hey,
brings his own. Like he
in
shows up
82
legit.
In 82, I think they had some scratch and sniffs, too. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
right?
Oh,
I'm
my
waiting for
God.
the day he shows up with the fucking limo.
Well, this
steps
is-
out with the dog.
Steve wakes
Right?
up every
And the
day.
whiskey.
Yeah. Oh, there. She's gonna bring the dog over. She's now
my
like,
God,
look
oh
at
my
this.
God,
The
no,
dog.
no,
like,
no,
oh, lick knocker. Oh, yeah. Knocker hates dogs because they bite him when he fixes phone lines in other people's backyards. He gets his ass bit all the time. My God. All
He
right.
just licked his balls, so he's
I know, right? He licked his balls in his ass. Now he's
Right
licking my
on
cheek.
your
Yeah, okay.
face.
That sounds fun.
Right on your face. Oh my
Knocker will
God.
never be the same.
Right?
It says Kobe didn't even make the All-Star team as a rookie or in his second year. Okay, well I don't care
Right,
about that,
just-
Murph. He still won championships.
Murph is the man
I'm not
of
saying
reason.
first year out they're great, but I'm saying they become great players. Yes, I agree. Let's see.
Murph is the
Rip the
man
Web
of
says,
reason.
"What up, good peoples? What up, Rip the Web? Man, this is chat. Yeah, keep the chat going. And it's kind of split right now. So half are with you and half are with me right now.
And I'm
So,
right.
Well,
We'll
how
see.
many NBA games did you watch this year?
All the way through.
Yeah.
All the way through.
I watched a lot more college.
You did not. You're such a liar. You did. You are lying through your butt right now.
There was that Christmas game. And,
No way. You
yeah,
did
I
not
think-
watch one full game. There's no flipping way, Josh. Don't
No,
lie.
I
Can't
didn't
do
watch
it.
full game.
Thank
I didn't
you.
watch full
Are you
game.
guys on the
That's
Clippers
what
bandwagon?
No, I.
Who? I didn't even know they made the playoffs. I saw some big billboard out on the freeway today. Playoff
son.
basketball Clippers. I didn't recognize one son of a bitch on the post.
Doc Rivers is a crybaby.
Oh my God.
Doc Rivers is a crybaby.
That's that. Remember,
Okay, so-
Knocker? Do you remember? Do you know what that's from?
No.
Renee brought that. He clipped it. Remember that white kid? He was a kind of chubbier white kid that was in like his basement from the computer, and he was rapping. To
He
the
called
Clippers.
himself Z-Dog.
Remember when he called himself Z-Dog?
Yes, I do
That's
remember
this
that
kid.
guy.
Play another one.
Clippers are so ugly. They smell like weed.
I do remember
The
this guy.
Clippers like making love to the referees. The Clippers like making love to the referees.
It's so stupid. Oh my God! Right now. All right, Knock. Well, it's time to get into it now. You guys call the show. Renee, throw up the number on the screen there if you can. 626-208-9040 is the number. Renee's on the phone lines. They are open. You guys can, again, join the chat if you just want to do it that way. Anyway, it's good with us. Just get your opinions in. Your voices will be heard. All right, Knock, I'm going to get into a subject here that's I think we're all got a lot to say on. We've been teasing it a little bit. It has to do with an unfortunate event that happened this past weekend. I think it was last Friday at Dodger Stadium where we had another fan incident in the parking lot, Knocker.
It was opening day, so it was Thursday.
Was it opening? Was it Thursday? Then?
Yeah.
Okay, another incident in the parking lot where with fan-on-fan violence, guy was knocked out, suffered a fractured skull.
He's now in a coma, right? in a
He's
coma.
basically dead. No life, no
Father of
brainwave.
4, basically jello now. And I tweeted out a few days ago in joking matter, but I also was kind of serious with it. I know Renee wrote back a couple things on it. I wrote back, Dodgers and Raiders fans will never change. And I meant that in a way like jokingly because we know the stigma behind kind of the two fan groups,
Yeah.
especially with the Raiders more like and more so than the Dodgers wearing the back in the 90s the jackets. It was associated with a different way of life. There's a lot of rap videos that used it,
Right.
portrayed that way.
Yep.
And now this is the more incidents at Dodger Stadium. It seems like it's a seasonal thing, and I'm pissed off because it's like, what do you guys fucking get at it? Like, I don't get it, and I feel like the Dodgers fans don't do enough to stop it. I feel like it's just like, how does this happen so frequently is my question. And going to Angels games, I've gone there. I've had season tickets for a long time with our company. I've never, and Renee's like, no, it's happened. Renee pulled up one story in 2009 where it happened. This isn't
2014.
one. 2014. This doesn't happen at stadiums across the U.S., or at least it's not reported as much as it is actually at Dodger Stadium, because it seems to happen all the time. And it's just, I don't get it. And Raiders fans, same thing. You got fans fighting each other in the NFL videos. It just gets crazy, and I don't understand. Wake up and do something about it, because at this point, like you said, I'm afraid to even go to that stadium sometimes, even though I went to the World Series game.
I don't want to go. They're not fans. They're people looking to get in fights.
Right.
They're drinking and they're looking to get in fights.
And like Renee made a good point saying one person doesn't, one bad seed doesn't, represent everybody.
Right.
But
you have 50,000 people there.
I just feel like it consistently happens to the same fan bases, and I wonder if there's a different reason. Yeah.
And you know what?
I don't want to go racist because
hold on.
Truth. I'm not being racist. It's because I'm Mexican, so I can say it. I feel like it's a lump sum of Mexican people that this is happening with, whether it's gangbanging, whether it's getting too drunk, whether it's just I feel like those two fans, the whole thing, like, and it's the
just go
East LA motherfucking shit. It's a whole vato, like I don't like it, and being Mexican, I don't like the way it represents us, because we're not all like that. Most Mexicans are loving, like they're very loving and family oriented.
With the whole
just, I don't get it.
Yeah, with everything that's going on now in the world politically, it does not help the cause of Latinos in this country. It does not. We're making a bad name for ourselves, and that's what pisses me off as well. Is because we're not doing anything to better the name of our culture, and people see that across America, and they here's one more reason to fear Mexicans. Here's one more reason to not like them.
Build the wall.
No, let's just keep building the wall. Build the wall. So we're doing it to kind of ourselves. So we need to step back, dude. I read this book that really put things into perspective for me. It's called "Ego is the Enemy," and it's by what's his name? Ray Holiday.
Check the phones real quick. People said they're calling.
Anyways,
go ahead,
but it basically says that, dude, your ego will ruin you.
Yeah, absolutely. It always does. Ego and pride.
Yeah, and it goes through like different situations throughout history where people's ego has. That's what this is.
As the only white guy sitting in here, my wife and I were at the last Yankee game, the last season they were at the old stadium. It's a Mother's Day.
Ryan Holidays.
Randy Johnson was pitching. And it was like 12-2. They were getting their ass handed to them.
They watch the phones.
I wasn't that upset. My wife is a Yankee fan, but I wasn't too upset. So I go into the head, and this guy comes out. His whole face is just bloody all over. He's like,
wow.
He's like, all I said was. I go, well, you're in Yankee Stadium. No, probably shouldn't have said anything.
Probably
and
not.
I'll tell you what. I guarantee that wasn't no Mexican.
Right.
Some big white boy.
Yeah. Well, no, down in the South, it's the good old boys.
Exactly.
It's the same everywhere, but nobody's helping their causes.
Sometimes you just don't say things against the home team.
The caveat to this Dodger thing is I'm hearing reports that the dude that got punched groped the dude that punches, put his hand on the girl's butt or touch his lady.
Right.
And if you're Mexican, you don't touch my lady.
Right.
That's just what's going to
happen. See, there's always two sides to a story.
I don't know if you're Mexican. That kind of goes
at the same time, that doesn't give him the right. You shouldn't be. I mean, I don't condone violence. I do not condone violence at all. But I can see where the guy was coming from. You don't do that. That's like disrespectful.
Absolutely.
For a man.
Absolutely.
So if you can't
behave.
If you can't behave, then suffer the consequences.
Yeah,
and if some dude's gonna deck you, I mean, this guy caused his own demise. I'm sorry if I sound like a dick. If that's what happened, that's what happened.
Right.
But it's not like people just jump out of the bushes at Dodger Stadium and just start swinging and attacking.
Right.
That's not what happened.
No, but would you say?
But there's people looking for confrontations.
If you had two people that had never been to a baseball game, okay, and you took them and said, took one night on a Friday night, you went to Angel Stadium, okay, night game. Another night you went to Dodger Stadium, night game, and got where they felt safer.
Right.
Guarantee
no doubt.
it comes back, and that they feel safer in an Angels game than they do at a Dodgers game. Yeah. But why is that? And we need to stop that.
You know what it is? There's no bad ballparks. It's the city around it that's bad. It's everything that goes around it. So Dodger Stadium's a beautiful place. I mean, I don't want people to go there. You shouldn't live your life in fear, being afraid to go to a baseball game because then they win. Or you know what I mean? It's just like terrorism. No. You know what I mean? I mean,
But it's just so frustrating.
It is frustrating, and it
went
pisses
to
me off.
My wife and I went to 2 games last year,
and especially these Dodger fans, you shouldn't be attacking each other. You know, and it's all ego. It's machismo, like you said.
Yes,
you know, people that drink too much You know, that can't. They're all
guys,
tough.
But I'm sorry, this politically correct shit I'm tired of too. Some guy grabs my wife's ass. I have the right to punch him.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, you do.
And you know what? But in the courts, you don't.
Right.
And you're going to go to anger management. It's like, no, I'm not angry. The son of a bitch stepped out of line,
He earned it.
and I put him back in line.
He earned it.
Now, if the guy got one punch, went down and hit his head on the sidewalk, and now he's brain dead, that really sucks.
It does.
He didn't intend to kill him.
If the guy started jumping on his head, bashing his head
Right,
into the
right.
thing, that's a different story.
Correct.
So, it's about a degree. I mean,
Sure.
That is a good point.
We need all the details.
If I punch you, we're in a physical fist fight, and I punch you standing up, and you get dropped and crack your head. It's a little different than like what Steve said, me going up to you and kicking a baseball
my Doc
face
Martens
while
into
you're
your face 15
curb
times.
Stomping, you know what I'm saying? It's a completely different aspect, especially like you said, Knocker. If he did grope the guy's girlfriend, he would deserved it then.
Absolutely.
But
didn't deserve to die.
But
he deserved to have his shit handed to him.
It's not like I blame both the guys.
Sure,
getting in that position, it's just
and you're never going to get all the details, so it's rough. And I got one thing to say, Josh. The Oakland fans, they keep getting a bad rap.
Yeah.
Okay. When's the last time you heard of somebody getting hurt at an Oakland Raider game?
Oh, you want me to bring you some video?
When was the last time?
Knocker, go look on our website.
When was the last time?
Go look at our website and type in Raiders and see how many videos come up on
but
Sportscast
any more so than
SportscastLive.com.
Any more so than any other stadium?
Not necessarily.
Because I've been there, and yes, they're crazy, but they're actually nice people. They're just there to have a good time and cheer the Raiders. They're not out looking for fights like the guys at Dodger Stadium.
That's the same
they're
thing
not
with Dodger
cruising
fans.
looking for fights. The Dodger fans, one group of them are there to drink and fight.
Yeah.
And that's just it. And it's sad.
And they're few and far
because I
between.
won't go there.
No. We went to 2 games, wife and I, and we had a great
Dog said
time.
he's tried 4 times. Nothing.
Cool.
Nothing's coming in.
Showing in? Okay.
Oh, boy. Maybe did we do a test call?
Oh, here we go.
While I was cooking?
Here we go.
It should show up on Skype, though, that they're calling in. It should nothing to do about a test call. It should go right in.
You're not answering the question. While I was cooking, did you and Renee, in the 45 minutes you were out here before the show,
No, but we smoked
test
4 bowls of
I said like
we had to
4
make
minutes
sure-
the same discussion.
You had to make sure
Renee,
our head
what's
was
up?
right.
Fix it.
Smoke weed every day.
We're all going to sit here and be quiet
No, we
until
don't
you
need to
fix
be
it.
quiet. Let him, he can fix it.
I'm calling it right now, and nothing's coming across the screen.
Yeah. Well, that's
You haven't plugged in right?
It has nothing to do with being plugged in. It's the Skype. It's just, you're putting the phone. You're putting your call. We're calling our own show and we're recording the ring of it.
This is
great podcasting, people.
This is adaptation right here.
Legitimate. This is what we send KLOS.
I'm proving to you guys. I'm working over here.
This is how they do it in
Nothing's
Tijuana.
coming across the screen. Nothing's popping up.
Restart the computer. Just restart the computer.
Shut it down. Reset it.
It's reset. That's probably the oldest piece. That's funny because that's probably the oldest piece of equipment.
Update it, man. Update it.
I didn't ask it to
I didn't ask it to update. It's
God
updating
damn it.
again. 2 weeks on a roll.
Oh my god! Don't make me play that drop again. I think we played it every time for last week.
I know that's getting old. We need that new one.
Yeah, we're having the phones getting. We'll check out. We're gonna restart the computer. With
So
the phones
anyway,
and
it
see
is
if we can
sad,
get
and
back in, so.
you know, shit of the week
Get your
is
comments in the YouTube page right now.
shit of the week. Just go to a game, have a couple pops.
Matt Ross says it's incredibly frustrating if you cannot even wear a Giants jersey. when
Right, you
go to
can't
the
wear an
Dodger games, right?
opposing team's
Or you're gonna
jersey.
get beer thrown at you or peanuts.
Yeah.
Not to say Dodgers. I really say that's more at every stadium nowadays.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
wearing the opposite jersey. I'm not going to just single out the Dodgers because that happens
It's not just
everywhere.
baseball. It's not just
No,
the
you
Dodgers.
wear
All
Yankees,
football
Red
season
Sox,
long,
yeah,
it was
whatever
going
you do,
on.
Giants, Cowboys game.
And that's just wrong. I can't root for my team.
Yeah,
Really?
exactly.
I
And
need to die
and I
because I'm
agree.
wearing a
you
jersey.
You have to go in with some thick skin because you will get some stuff, not anything vulgar. I'm not
Right.
saying. It's like you're going to get razzed a little. That's
Well,
just
yeah.
part-
Hey, your team sucks. Your team
Listen,
sucks. Blah, blah,
Listen,
blah. That's
a
fine.
lot of people out on social media are like, "Oh, we have to ban alcohol sales at the ballpark." Think about it.
Bullshit.
Listen, A, that'll never happen.
Yeah.
B,
Knockers called for that.
things like this happen because of our freedoms that we have here in the United States. Sad to say, right? You can't take people's alcohol away. You can't tell people how much alcohol they can consume.
Well, you can.
try to
The Coliseum
listen,
did it.
You can try
the
to
Rose
control
Bowl.
it.
The Rose Bowl is alcohol free, right?
But you could drink
I don't know about the
before.
Rose Bowl, but I know the Coliseum is. But I take a flask every
Yeah,
time I
right.
go.
There's always a way.
Right.
There's
But you're
always
not
a way.
pounding 32 beers
No,
in the
no,
stadium, and that's what they're. And that's because humans giving too much leeway will
Right.
fuck shit up.
Right.
Right? They can't handle their freedom sometimes.
And unfortunately,
you can't be adult enough
right.
to handle the freedom.
And unfortunately, the way humans are, this isn't going to be the last incident.
No, hell no.
No, not at all.
And
you can't hold Dodger Stadium responsible.
You can't.
It happens a lot.
He's been to both stadiums. He's felt safe. Him and Trish have been to both stadiums.
Yeah.
He felt fine.
At Anaheim and Dodger Stadium?
Yeah.
Well, he must have paid money. He must have been in the good seats.
No, it's because he was hanging out with us. And
we weren't in the outfield.
Right, yeah, you don't want to be in the outfield.
Even Matt chimes in here, and he says, this is with the Giants fans, he says, even when you are with your family, even in the family section, you still get messed with. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, even when there is kids around, like, it's just...
I don't like some of the guys don't even have class enough to tone down the language when the kids
are around.
I mean, you got to bring it up to them. Come on, dude. I got a grandchild here.
Right?
Yeah, no, Murphy says
I got the right to say what I
Murph,
want.
I think that's everywhere. You can't buy beer after the 7th, right?
Correct.
I think that's
yeah.
When Sherry and I went to Game 3, right? We took an ice chest with us of 6 beers, and we pounded 3 of them while we were sitting in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to think about. You have to think about how many.
The cost.
Yeah.
Easy.
You know what I mean?
A lot of people pregame.
Oh, and even Angel
but you can't at Dodger Stadium.
No.
I mean, they'll go to a bar, a restaurant
Sure, not get away with it
before
all
you
the
go
time.
in.
Can you drink at Dodger Stadium?
You're not allowed to.
Tailgate, no.
Listen, you're not allowed to, but Sherry and I do it all the time.
No. You can at Angel Stadium, but I have tinted windows. You just look for the guy
Right.
with his little bike riding around, and you chug a couple beers.
You just can't be obviously stupid.
Right.
They don't.
Outside.
Open tailgating is not allowed.
Yeah, it's not allowed anymore.
To a good point, though, is half the people going in, like myself, I've already got a good buzz on before I even check into my seat.
And then they have more alcohol at the stadium, and they can even
sit for a 3.5-hour game. I'm not gonna have another 4 beers.
Yeah, but you're not all machoed out looking for somebody to fuck with.
This doesn't even start in the stadium. It starts all the way back in the parking lot. It's just it's crazy. I don't know if there's a solution to
banning beer in the stadium isn't going to stop the assholes from being assholes.
Too much money,
right? They're going to smuggle their stuff in, and they're just
Well, if they do ban it, like I noticed the SC games, you ban it, and the people are just sloshed walking in.
Yes.
And then you get a hot game, and you got all these people passing out from, it's like, if you can buy a beer or 2 inside, everybody will pace. But when you make them slam it all in before they go,
right?
I just bring a little 151 and make about 5 people.
Rip the Web says, let's let the women vote. What's the worst that could happen? They said. I like that. Also, it says here, Josh just turned up my microphone a little bit. I guess I'm a little low, so turn me up a little. That's from What up, Jason?
All right, well, let's move on, man. What do I want to talk about? You want to talk about the Phillies?
No,
how are the Phillies doing?
We're going to take a quick little break here because I want to try and get this phone thing figured out real quick. So,
okay.
I want to take a little bit of we want to bring shots in. Let's get shots early tonight.
Wow, okay.
It's gonna be
I got a little Irish for you.
Yeah, we've got Steve here.
A little Irish.
Oh, we gonna do some whiskey? You gonna pour some whiskey?
What are we gonna do?
Nice.
Some whiskey. All right, we're gonna pour some whiskey. We get back. It's shot of the week coming up. I got a bunch more stuff coming up the show. Stephen A. Smith Knocker's going to become the highest paid.
I won't talk about it. I refuse. I refuse to acknowledge it.
I knew you were going to like it. We're going to talk about it when we come back, Knock.
I refuse to acknowledge it.
You understand how much he's going to...
He doesn't even know who's playing.
I know, and I've got
he's making $10 million a year. He doesn't know who's playing.
I got a compilation for you. I can't wait to
He doesn't know who's playing.
I can't wait. All right, shots coming up, and Knocker's going to get pissed when we get back after this.
Here we go, here at the Better Chemistry Show. Hate this flow, deep and slow. Reppin' with the Better Chemistry Show. Come on, let's go. The music brings the sexy girls in any party. It makes you dance and it makes you feel naughty. Well, take a chance and prove your body. No matter if you're 6'1" or a shorty. The music brings the sexy girls in any party. It makes you dance and it makes you feel naughty. Take a chance and prove your body. No matter if you're 6'1" or a shorty.
We don't want no segregation. We don't want participation. We will call up all of the nation. Liquid China, that's one creation. Don't be shy when you eat and the club when the dance and the rock and the reggae and over. Don't be shy when you eat and the club when the dance and the rock and the reggae and over.
Filling up the dance floor. Drop the drums, drop the bass. Tables are revolving. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got shit to say. They'll never finish me. Prehistoric fish, tip by Ayurvedic chemistry. Make music attentively, the remedy for nonsense. Ladies and gentlemen, we make music for the conscious monsters. Let's go.
Music brings the sexy girls in at a party. It makes you dance and it makes you feel naughty. Take a chance and groove your body, no matter if you're 6'1" or a shorty. The music brings the sexy girls in at a party. It makes you dance and it makes you feel naughty. Take a chance and groove your body, no matter if you're 6'1" or a shorty.
Because we want you to go in and dance, because we want you to jump and prance. I think we'll let you like you to show expression. Music take away all the aggression.
Yeah, hey. Take a stance, put your hands up high. Take a chance, dance, time to show the fans what's fly. Stand tough, guy, tell Babylon unhandcuff I. Man, trust, we can bust until the dance club dry, and that's why.
The music brings the sexy girls in at a party. It makes you dance and it makes you feel naughty. Take a chance and groove your body, no matter if you're 6'1" or a shorty. The music brings the sexy girls in at a party. It makes you dance and it makes you feel naughty. Take a chance and groove your body, no matter if you're 6'1" or a shorty.
Check out the show on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher Radio. Subscribe to the show.
Oh, well.
Do what you have to do. Rate the show. Leave a 5-star review. Go out there and help. Right now, people, as you're listening right now, I know you guys are on the computer watching.
Just do it.
Just go to
do
the
it.
iTunes,
Do it. Just do
rate
it.
it and review it. All right?
Get off the video
phone
game.
lines are working. Also, go to my YouTube page at Josh Pacheco.
Just had to reset the computer because it's
check us out on
old.
Twitch. I'm now playing.
Well, maybe you should have done that before we started
Right,
the
you
effing
should've.
show.
Well, it usually just starts, Knocker. It usually just works.
That's why you test.
That is true, though. You're right.
Before we go on the air.
That is true.
We tested the weed.
Yes, Daddy.
And
Smoke weed
Is it
every
working?
day.
it passed the test.
And it was good.
Oh, dog's calling in. He's on the line. We got the lines to work.
Yeah, we got the phones working. What's going on, No Dizzy?
Someone say line?
What's going on?
What's up, man? You guys finally you ran a test on the phone during the break and finally got this shit working?
Yeah, I know.
You
I
know,
know, man.
You know.
It's not a big money operation like your deal.
Yeah, it's not like in the game on WBKS radio where they never have glitches.
No, it's not like in the game. The phones work on in the game on Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. WBKS1.com.
And you paying bigots to fucking pump that in the chat, you sly son of a bitch.
And listen, you got to get in where you fit in. I don't know who it is, but I'm going to take all the plugs I can get, man. Listen, first of all,
I'm sure you got something to say. What's going
disagree,
on?
Knocker. The one and dones are not ruining the NBA.
Well, you're full of crap. You're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. I'm sorry. You're wrong.
Hold on.
He's got an
You
explanation.
can go back to Darryl Dawkins. You can go back to Moses Malone.
Yeah,
you
but
can
what?
go
That's
back to
one
Kevin Garnett,
guy.
Kobe Bryant, Jermaine O'Neal, Tracy McGrady, Al Harrington, Kobe Bryant, and I'll just throw in LeBron James to top it off.
You know,
Amari
I'll go
Stoudemire was a great
back
player.
to Spencer
Dwight
Haywood
Howard.
with you.
Come on, man.
I'll go back to Spencer Haywood with you. But that's one or two
Okay.
guys in the entire league, not 15, not 20, every single year. It waters the product down. They don't play defense. They're not schooled in the fundamentals. They can't shoot free throws. It's just a shit show, man. They're hopping and
All right, well,
traveling and
Knocker,
this and
so
that.
Knocker,
I'm sorry.
Knocker. Hold on. You cannot blame the players for coming out.
Oh, I never
You
said
have to
that.
Blame the team. You
Never
blame the
said
team
that.
for drafting them.
I never said it was the player's fault. Hell, if you're
Okay.
going to throw me $20 million at 19 years old to shoot hoops, I'm taking it.
I'll carry
And
over
it's
draft
a-
too.
It's a catch-22
Al
because
Jefferson.
it's a catch-22 because you cannot deny them the opportunity.
So
I'm going
right.
to give you that. You
Love
can't
O'Donnell
deny
right
it.
now.
But what I'm saying is because of that fact, you're not getting the same quality play that you got in the 80s and the 90s before this shit took over.
God.
That's all I'm saying.
Different rules of basketball. There's
All
no
right,
three-pointers,
I'll
no hand
concede
check.
that. But
Thank
I'm
you.
Not
That's
gonna
all I'm
say
saying.
we haven't. I've had this argument on my show. I had this just yesterday on InTheGameWPK.com last night with a guy. Because no, seriously, he wants to argue that players should be restricted and they should have a 2-year requirement.
It's
we
America,
battled
man.
this on the show, and I just disagree with that on every level. I think if somebody wants to pay you to do a job, then you have the right to take.
Oh no,
we agree.
But
do you enjoy basketball?
Fuck yeah! So lick my butt and suck on my bone milk. Fuck yeah! What you gonna do when we come for you now?
Is it a better game to watch, though?
No, that's the problem.
That's the point.
The end product is not
But
as good.
hold on. It's not a better game to watch because the game has changed.
Right.
Yes.
And it hasn't. It's changed because of the shooting aspect of it. Like Josh said, I hate to agree with Josh. Let me tell you something. It kills me to agree with Josh.
Caption this.
Yeah,
love it.
You better pull that one down.
Kevin's getting. If you keep it up, Kevin's getting your room, man.
The lack of physical basketball
Yes.
that was played in the 80s and 90s has changed the game to a point where it doesn't look like the basketball that we grew up on.
Nope.
It's
That not
pussified.
that from the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Absolutely.
That I know from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. It's just a different game. Now, it took me about 5 years to adjust and get comfortable watching the game of today, but now I enjoy it on some level because you enjoy seeing guys shoot the lights out. But back in the day, it was drop it down to Shaq, drop it down to Kareem, let him shoot a skyhook. Let's see what he can do. Can he make this shot?
But there
shit!
but-
Kareem hit a skyhook? Wow!
Back in the day, they had rules. They actually enforced the rules for one. And now, to me, it's just a moving game of horse. Who can shoot from the farthest out and make it while hopping after they get the ball?
Hey,
There's no
Rodman and Rambis
intricacy.
would not be able to play in the NBA today.
What
No,
intricacy?
they
What,
wouldn't.
what,
No uniform.
if they're scoring more points now, they're obviously doing something right. So they're doing something.
There's a 3-point line and they're better shooters.
And
I'm
there's
not
no
arguing,
hand check.
I'm not arguing the athleticism. I'm arguing the fact that basketball as a form of sport in the 80s and the 90s was a much better game to watch and sell to people.
The important thing is, O-Dog, we need you to
So
say
listen,
it one more time. No, we need you to
I don't
say
know
it
if
one
it
more
was
time.
better, but what I do know is it was different. Okay,
Yep.
I can't tell you which was better, but I can tell you it was different. Knocker, we grew up on a different game.
Yes.
Which
And
one I
because
liked.
we grew up on that game back in the day, we enjoy it more. Nothing is. I don't like things the way they are now compared to the way they used to be. Get off my lawn. That's who we are, Knocker. Josh is saying, look, the game is good, and we have to adjust as the older generation. That's who we are because we watched the game from 40 years back. I remember watching Magic on a fast break and getting fast break baskets. They pass out and shoot a three-pointer. Who the fuck shoots a three-pointer when you got the lane?
All right.
It's a fucking two-pointer.
Yeah.
That's my boy. I'm
It's crazy.
gonna get you.
That's the game we're in
I'm gonna
now.
get you on my side, dog. I'm gonna get you on my
No,
side.
I'm with
Come
you.
this
I'm
way.
with you, Knocker. I am 100% with you. But what I'm not with you on is the time has passed for that game where Magic used to fucking pass it to Worthy, and Worthy would get the dunk. Now, Magic would pass it to Curry, and Curry shooting a three.
Yeah, with nobody under the boards to rebound.
Oh my God.
Nobody.
Right?
But
Nobody's
that's
down
the
there.
game that we are in today. And while I may not think it's a better game, it's a different game, and I've come to terms with it, and I've come to somewhat appreciate it as it is, I'm still stuck on the old school. You take the higher percentage shot. Basketball is about percentage. But now you got James Harden shooting 63 threes in a game, and if you hit 50% of them, then you win. I don't fucking know.
Right.
Old school. I'm like you, Knocker.
And
But
then,
at the same time, you have to adjust to the game and say, look, this is where we are now. It's like nothing. We're old men, man.
I'm
That's
just gonna
what-
watch
that's what it is.
Lifetime.
Our
I'm
kids-
gonna watch Lifetime
my
and get
son-
some. Sorry.
O-Dog, the
My
important
sons
thing
are going to grow up shooting threes. They're
Right?
not going to try to get to the hoop.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dog, put a golf club in their hand, bro. Put a golf club in their hand, Chief. I'm telling
But
you.
both our sons are going to grow up, shooting threes. They're going to be like, Dad, wait a minute. You want me to drive to the hoop and get fouled? Why would I do that when I can hit a fucking three-pointer from 5 feet behind the line?
Rick Mahorn's in there. I'm not going in there.
Hey, they're both three-pointers.
Right, exactly. Rick Mahorn's in there. Rick Mahorn. Who's Rick Mahorn? Like, Rick Mahorn. Wait, that guy's gonna foul me? Well, I'm not doing that. Anyway, what else is going on, man? I love you guys. What's going on?
Can I seriously have you say one more time that you agree with Josh, just for the show purposes? I can record it and we can have it.
Yeah, we got it.
It's so few and far between. Go ahead.
Silence, please.
On this one, I have to agree with Josh. I'm sorry, Doctor.
Nah, O-Dog, I will give you this, though. If you can put a freaking gun in their hand, send them overseas, and tell them to kill people, then they should be able to play basketball whenever they want.
Absolutely, man. The one-and-done rule is a garbage rule. Zion has no reason to be in college except for that restriction. I just believe in capitalism, and it's like, listen, man, if a guy wants to pay you to do a job, why shouldn't you be able to do it if you have the requisite skills and you have the ability?
That I agree with.
I'm all for that. You know, I love what you guys have been talking about. I've been chiming in on the chat. I don't know who this Biggins guy is, but he's a smart guy.
Oh, my
Tell
God.
you guys to watch In the Game on BKF Radio. I mean, that guy's smart.
All right, can we get
You're
another
just
caller?
a whore, man, I
Can we get
swear.
another caller in here,
No,
please?
wait a minute. Give me one more question. Give me
All right,
Give me one more, Josh. Come on. Give me one more question. What else you got?
chimed in on our talk about Dodger Stadium. You've been there before, and you said you felt safe there.
We went to a game together.
You went
Yeah.
to a game
Knocker and
now, you've
Trish
you
and
actually
Sherry
been
and I.
to a lot of. You're a really good person to talk to about this because you and your lovely wife have actually one of your life goals you guys have together is to pretty much go to every baseball stadium, correct?
We're doing an RV.
Okay, and you've been to how many so far?
17 together.
Wow,
That's
nice.
great. So you have a very good perspective on
And I will tell you, Tricia and I, we wear Yankee gear in every stadium we go to.
Mm.
And what's
That's
your
brave.
experience, what
Regardless
was
if
your
the Yankees are
experience
playing,
at Dodger Stadium?
We
like?
wear Yankee gear. Now, we went to, when we were in Oakland, there were some fans, because we went to see the A's play the Red Sox, and there were some Red Sox fans, they razzed us. And my thing about fandom is, listen, if you're going to give shit, you got to be able to take shit.
Exactly.
I've been in Giant Stadium in full Cowboys gear, Josh, and I'm telling you, I've had a Cowboys blanket tied around my neck, and I'm screaming, I'm Captain Cowboy here to save the day.
Oh,
I
my
mean,
God.
they're giving it to me. They are giving me the business, but as long as you can take it back, we're all good. It's all fun and games.
Right.
Now, I don't want anybody to get hurt. I don't want to get any violence. But if you're going to talk shit, then be able to take shit.
You know what it is,
I had
too?
a woman swing on me in Giant Stadium, and one of my boys pushed me out of the way. He's like, yo, that woman tried to punch you in the head. I was like, really? Because she was completely overserved.
Right,
She was completely drunk. And I was like, wow, what the fuck was that? We're all having fun until, you say something, and then all of a sudden she gets sensitive.
Yeah.
And like Renee said, shout out to Renee.
Yeah, man.
Your ego.
Right.
If men could just
control it.
suppress their ego for a second and say, all right, you got that, dog.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
People can't
All right,
let
I
things
respect
roll
your
off their
joke.
back anymore these days. Everybody
it's
takes
also
everything
fucking
so
serious.
personal and
Yeah.
serious. It's just like
It's MMA, man. It's MMA.
Men have egos.
Yeah.
And men have
Yeah.
egos.
And that's what it
more
all
than women.
boils down to.
And when somebody gets a good joke off on you, especially in front of you. Now, I got to tell you a story, Josh, because you guys were talking about this. There was a time when Tricia and I went to Dallas Cowboys Stadium. I think it was a Thanksgiving Day game, maybe about 5 years ago. And it was a Cowboys fan that fucking touched her ass. And Tricia said, that guy just touched my ass. And I'm going to tell you right now, if I could have found him, I would have ripped his fucking head off. Because he fucking touched my woman's ass. I don't care if he was a Cowboys fan, a fan of any other team. He touched my woman's ass.
or a Yankees
I wanted
fan.
to fucking
Right.
rip his throat out.
exactly.
No, I agree with you, man. No, I agree with you. If someone touched my wife's ass, I would beat the shit out of them.
And this was before we were married. I was like, he did what? And
I mean,
turned around
unless
and
the
you
other
fucking
guy
ran
was,
away,
and I was unless
pissed.
the other dude
And I
was a
like,
big
honey,
black guy. I don't know if I'd fight back. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
I wanted to
I'm gonna
rip that
measure him
dude's
up for a
fucking
second.
throat. I
I'm
don't
one
care
of
if
those
he was
guys.
black,
I'm gonna
white,
measure
Puerto
up the
Rican,
fool.
Asian.
Okay, honey. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, he's
Maybe
allowed,
you
honey.
need to.
No, I would have ripped his throat out. I would have ripped his throat out. I don't care if he was wearing Cowboys gear. I would have kicked his ass if I could have
No, I
found
feel
him.
you. I
So
feel you.
sometimes-
on that.
I respect a fan that's, their team's not even playing, but they're still wearing their colors. You got to respect that.
Absolutely.
I got no problem with that.
I walk into
got another
every
caller.
stadium
We
wearing a
gotta get
Yankees hat and my Yankee fleece. I don't go crazy. I'm not a crazy-ass Yankee fan that walks into somebody else's stadium, but I do wear subtle things that says NY. Now, I'll give you an example. I've been into Eagle Stadium where a guy, I went to an Eagles Green Bay game. This guy had a polo shirt on. It had green and yellow stripes and a little Green Bay logo. He wasn't,
it's his show.
Broadcasting that he was a Green Bay Packers fan. There were 4 grown men in the bathroom screaming at him. They were clearly drunk.
Oh, my God.
And they were screaming at this man, like, what the F are you doing in this team? Get the... And I was like, I felt bad for the guy, but these dudes were big, and I was like, listen, bro, I'm sorry, I can't help you, but I hope you get out okay.
Finish and zip.
I really felt bad for him. But these guys have clearly been drinking for probably about 6 to 8 hours, and they just were overserved and just acting like assholes. And it's not that serious when it comes to sports.
It's the group mentality, too,
fun.
Yeah, I agree. It's a group
mentality. This is where we go for fun. Right. This is what we do to distract ourselves from reality, from the challenges of reality. This is what we we can have some spirited debates, and we can have some challenging arguments and all that good. But at the end of the day, it's meaningless. You know what I mean? We got families. We got lives. I don't want anybody to get hurt or injured because they root for the Red Sox. Yeah, I hate the Red Sox. I don't want any. And I walked into Fenway with a cute little blonde that I was dating. I'm going to tell you, she was hot. And as a black man being a blonde in Boston, Massachusetts, and Murph will tell you, I walked into bars in Boston with this cute little blonde holding hands, never had a problem. Now, I don't know what that means, but I'm going to tell you, I walk in there with pride, and I walk in there with Trisha. People look at me and I say, look,
I don't know.
Woman.
If I walked into South Central with some big, beautiful black woman, I don't know if I'd have the same reception.
You know what you would? Hey. You know what? You give enough respect. She had a big ass. They'd be like,
found out what booty's all about, huh?
Business, dog. Head of your business, dog. I know. I see you. I see you over there.
Really?
But no, it's all about being who you are and just being respectful of people.
Get off the cocaine!
I don't disrespect anybody. You know me. You guys know me. I don't disrespect anybody. I just respect everybody. But if we could all just take a second and put our egos to the side and say, hey, look, all right, you got that joke, but now let's just calm down. If the kids are around, all right, easy play. Yeah. And if a man says easy play, you say, okay,
something wrong with
all
our
right,
show?
sir, I'm sorry.
None of our mouths are moving.
Oh, dog.
You know what I'm saying?
You have had the record phone call for the Sportscast. You literally have the record right now.
I had to go outside. I'm in my car in my driveway. Trisha came out. She's like, "Shut up, the baby's sleeping."
People are asking if you paid to have this airtime on the show right now.
He's only had 3 plugs, though. He's only had 3 plugs.
Oh, God, I love you.
Let me get the last one. WBKF Tuesday night, 9 to 11. I love you guys. We'll see you soon. Hey, wait a minute. Let me ask you one serious question. What is the fee for the golf tournament? Is it 100 or is it 100? Is it more or what is it?
120.
120. I'll send that to you right now, Josh.
Atta baby.
All right, buddy. Take
Talk
care,
all you
dog.
want then.
Excited family to see you soon.
Love you
I
guys.
thought it was 140 for Yankee fans.
Oh, my God.
Right.
I love him.
Okay, so somebody else was trying to call in?
I want to drink my shot.
Right? Let's do it. Before we even do the shots, let's drink the shot finally.
Here we go. For the shots for Dan and Stevie on the show. Here we go. Put them up.
Shots. Everybody! Everybody!
Why aren't you yelling at him? Why aren't you yelling at him?
I poured the shots.
That was delicious. That was one of the best shots I've ever had in this show.
What was that?
My face didn't even act like a pussy at all.
Right? And that's so unusual.
He didn't even chase it with his beer.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know what it tasted. What is that?
You did have an ice cube in it, though, but other than that.
It melted while somebody was talking nonstop for 8 minutes.
It's Irish whiskey.
That was a legit
What brand?
Kirkland.
Okay.
It's good, though. Everything. Kirkland makes everything.
They don't make it. They just put their friggin' label on it.
Right.
Dude,
it's actually good whiskey.
Oh, that was so good.
For the price, especially.
That was not Malort.
So, Dan, how the hell are you?
I'm good. Just decompressing a little after the drive.
No shit, right?
Why am I sitting next to you?
Need a Valium?
I get to see some really interesting people every day.
Yeah, you do.
And I've decided it's my job to educate them which ones are assholes and which ones aren't. I'm not afraid to let them know.
I think he's batting the
that Jesus.
You're an asshole.
God has chosen Dan to determine who is an asshole and who is not.
And it's a very, very difficult job because there is a lot of them.
There's a lot. It takes a lot of time.
I keep trying to convince him to let me put the paintball machine gun on his car. But
God, that would be great.
That'd be so good.
I've wished for
or
that
put
so
the
many
windshield
times.
wiper water facing outwards,
Yeah.
so you can drive up to the ales and just shoot the window out.
Piss on him.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so
All
are we actually going to do shot of the week?
Yeah, we're gonna do shots. We got some shots going.
Was someone else trying to call?
MX tried to call in at like 6:40. He called in and then hung up real quick.
Pussy.
He probably passed out from O-Dog's call. He's like,
Right?
fuck this.
Big pussy. Call
All
in
right,
again.
shot of the week. This is a sad shot. I hope it's good karma because it's sad news though. But it's football related in a way. Kelly Stafford, Matt Stafford's wife, knocker. Now she's got a brain tumor. I don't know if you saw this news. So everyone put their thoughts out. So that's basically a shot for fuck cancer for everyone around the world because that just fucking sucks. So thoughts to Matt Stafford and his wife there. Also, check out this guy, Knocker. Extremely lucky bet now for all those degenerates, Knocker.
I'm sorry?
For all those degenerates. Now, you've made a lot of bets, and now...
Oh, here we go.
One thing about my father is that he makes...
That's me.
Yeah, you're unplugging his... Knocker's unplugging stuff for the studio. I could self-combust right now.
I'm just a sweet transvestite.
You okay there, Knocker?
Have you had a finger up your ass?
There you go.
Oh!
Oh, hey!
That's much better.
Yeah, there he goes.
Yep.
Way to go, Knock.
But now mine's shit.
Way to go, bud. Way to go, man. Way to go. Way to go. Way to go. Love you, bro. Love you.
know
Stop fucking with the wire.
Don't worry about it, dude. It's just a bad connection. It's all. Josh is going out of his mind right now.
Yeah, it's these wires right here.
This is what we did before live show.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, he knows what he's doing right now. He's doing.
I know exactly what I'm doing.
I'm
switching the headphones. Take a breath, all right?
No. You look like a guy that knows what he's doing.
Did I fix him or did I not fix him?
Am I right, Steve? Am I right? Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry.
Dude.
I'm sorry.
Dude.
I'm so sorry, Bob. That makes up for it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
It was 10 whole seconds right there. I was
know.
not on camera.
It was close. And just how fast my reactions have got done. Did you see that? Oh, my God.
Good
All right.
reflexes.
This is serious.
My life literally hangs in the balance right there. Right, here we go, Knox. Shot of this guy because you're a degenerate gambler. And
Yes.
you get upset at, you make small bets compared to what...
Correct,
You're
yeah.
a small betting guy.
Yeah.
You bet
It's
10
not about the money. It's about
10.
winning.
You bet 10, 15, 20.
Yeah.
$50 is a big bet for usually. Well, how about this guy, Knocker, who turned in a 14-cent bet into $1,300, Knocker.
Are you serious?
Yeah, on a Lucky March Madness, parlay. Absolute craziness, man. You gotta give a shot of the week for a guy that made a 14-cent
Are you fucking
bet.
kidding me right now?
No, it's serious.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Do we get his picks?
I know.
No.
No, I'm listening to you kringle a cigar wrapper.
Yeah?
It's
Like,
done.
you're that person at the movies and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I sit in the back row and say, "What the fuck's going on in the movie?"
He's the guy that chooses the asshole. That's where it is.
Hey,
That's the asshole choosing.
Hey, Knocker,
God.
keep it up, and he's going to stoke that fucker up in your studio.
Oh, no, now we got problems.
Oh,
But
my
hey, in the
God.
new studio, you're going to be able to smoke that on the air.
Yeah.
HVAC
What?
system, the
What,
whole
what
thing.
are you, just like DP? DP gets a new studio, so you got to have a new studio?
Pretty much, yeah.
Knockers.
Pretty much.
I wouldn't
We're
go
moving
with that
up.
nickname if I were you.
Huh?
Wouldn't go with that nickname. If
What
I were you.
nickname?
DP.
Oh,
Just
that's
I
Dan
was-
Patrick. I know who he was talking about. It was just a reference.
Talking about.
Okay, I thought it was.
I was way past you. Just keep talking.
He's too old for him.
Right.
I crap bigger than you.
Where did that come from?
Nice,
asshole?
Renee.
Where'd you
Yeah.
get that one?
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, you haven't had that in a while, Grandma. Glad you have a great situation there when I need you for a picture.
You know who that
asshole.
is?
You're over there.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Jack Palance from City Slickers.
I
Nice.
crap bigger than you.
That's awesome. All right, man. Who's your shot of the week, man?
So Kevin Maselli, that's what his name was.
Okay.
So hit that parlay. Got to give him props up for that. And then my shit of the week goes for the world's strongest man who ate an entire Taco Bell menu as part of a challenge.
Get out of here.
No shit.
That's a huge bit.
He's going to crap bigger
Right
than
here,
you.
you
Right.
The story's up.
Most continuous.
Crap bigger
Yeah, it's up
than
over
you.
on Bro Bible.
Yeah.
It's Brian Shaw, who's well-known knockers, dead, one of those Iron Man guys.
Uh-huh.
And he was challenged, and he did it for YouTube views and all that shit. eat an entire menu, which is probably about 20,000 calories.
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
At one
That's
sitting?
a huge bit.
And one sitting, knocker. And
Wow.
yeah, it's pretty. He had a lot to say about it. He got a lot. Oh my God, I couldn't even imagine eating that much Taco Bell. What's the most?
No.
What is the most of something you've eaten? So for me,
Like 2 tacos.
Probably. How much?
And a burrito.
No,
maybe.
back in your day. No, when you were.
I've
in
eaten
your day,
11
come on.
slices of pizza.
Like what? You guys all had your favorite
Wow.
stand
Yeah.
or burger place back in you guys were in.
2 double doubles.
So like, what was if you were
That's
sitting
serious.
nice, you went with your boys? What's the most food you?
Well, I kicked
probably
your
remember?
I kicked your ass eating homemade tacos. So that was what, 20 homemade tacos?
Yeah, I think I ate.
I think you
16.
you went to
street tacos?
16. No,
I think
my
it was
tacos
like
that I make, my homemade tacos.
Tortillas, a lot of cheese.
Full size,
full
cheese,
lettuce.
tomato, lettuce, whole thing, 20 of them.
I thought I called them out one night at dinner. I think it was like 14.
Yeah, you tried to challenge the old man. And the other one is a Hollenbeck at Manuel's, a Hollenbeck and 3 tacos.
Oh, no way. Wow.
That was
No
serious.
way.
That was serious business right
No
there,
way.
man.
Yeah.
I can't even split one of those son of
Right?
a bitches.
You got a phone call? I think I've eaten 3 double doubles before, and then I ate.
Jesus.
I ate 20,
That's a huge bit.
22 Del Taco tacos.
Yeah, but you
those are
smoke
small.
more dope than I do. So.
That's true.
That
That is
explains it.
true.
Now, the rough one is the triple threat at Tommy's.
Oh, Jesus.
The double cheese, the tamale, and a chili dog.
That's like this.
That is some serious business right there, dog.
I had a Tommy cheeseburger yesterday for lunch, and I had a brat last night.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good day
All
right there.
I like that.
That's a pretty good day.
The doctor's probably
A
screaming
little call
at
out to Dog Hoss.
Okay. We got MX on the line. What's up, MX? What's going on?
What's up, Guru? What's up, Renee?
What's that?
Fuck
Okay.
the knocker.
Love it. Love it. What,
Have you
Hey,
had a
you know
finger
what?
up your ass?
This guy said I was a kiss ass. That guy was such a dick to beat me for a second.
right?
Anyways. You know what?
He says you're a little bitch at work. He's calling out your work ethics now, bro.
Oh, this guy. I'm surprised he didn't fix your line. You know why he couldn't fix it? He sucks as a technician. That's why he couldn't fix it.
Yeah, why am I doing the phone work, Mr. Phone Technician?
Yeah, come on, phone guy.
Keep going.
Anyways,
You're on a
regarding
roll.
the NBA topic here,
Yeah.
I agree with you, and I have to admit, but I also agree with the knocker.
Thank you, sir.
Wait, you can't
Can't
play
have
both
both.
sides. Yeah,
Yes,
you
he
gotta-
can. No, he can.
No, because you know what? Yeah, I'll tell you why. Because
Go.
last year, 2 drafts ago, right? What was the guy from Washington, Markel Fultz? How many years did he do?
Markel
Markel
Fultz
Fultz.
in the NBA?
Yeah,
He's
remember
on his-
he
he's
went
in
to
his
Philadelphia number
second-
1
I think
pick.
he's
How
in his-
many,
Yeah, Philadelphia
Yeah,
from
second
Washington
pick.
University.
Yeah, second
Mhm.
pick. I think.
how many years did he? Was he a one and done also, or was he there longer?
2 at the most. He wasn't a senior. That's for damn sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at Lonzo Ball. He went in the league, can't shoot. I mean, there's certain guys that should come out that are gems, and I agree with you, like
Yes.
Zion and all them. Okay, I agree with you, but not every player, like 15 players, shouldn't come out.
No, I'm not
But you know
saying
what?
every player, but why can't
But
why can't I have
Having
that
too
option?
many.
Why can't I have that option to go? And,
No,
and-
Nobody's
everybody
arguing
has
that.
Everybody has. I'm not arguing that. I'm saying if they stayed
It's like
and
talking to
developed
my
their
wife.
game, you know, the NBA product will be better. Regarding
you.
the NBA, it's horrible. I'll tell you why. I hated that fucking call that Kobe always got. That I'm a defensive player, right? I jump straight in the air. He jumps into me, and that's a foul on me when he's jumping into me.
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit.
Yep.
I also
Agreed.
hate that Harden too. He gets away with bullshit fucking traveling, bullshit grabbing, and he gets all the calls. The NBA is crap. You can't watch it.
Yep.
Well,
Thank
and
you.
then the other guy,
Well, you can
who was
watch it,
Murph?
it's just not
The
basketball
NBA
that we
is
know.
horrible, dude. I'd rather watch college. College madness every fucking week if I could, because they're playing their hearts out. NBA, bunch of prima donnas. Oh, I can't play back-to-back games because I was getting tired. Shut up. Shut
Doc
up.
Rivers is a crybaby.
MX, no, I agree with you on that, man. It is a softer league now, but the rules have changed as well, so you can't necessarily blame the players for playing what the NBA rules are. You can't come into the lane and deck you like you did when you were on the Pistons. Like
We're
you
not
just
just
can't do that
blaming the
shit.
players. We're blaming the whole fucking thing.
We're just stating the fact that it's just not a
organization,
good game
the
anymore.
refs, you got to blame the refs, who's ever running that, the calls they make. it's just it's just pussified, just like everything in the world now. Everything's
no, I agree with you that. Well, everything in the world. No, that very good point. Everything in the world is pussified.
All sports are getting driven to offense.
Mm-hmm.
They want more action. I mean, all the sports are getting adapted to more offense. Baseball's the same way. Football's the same way.
Same thing.
Hockey.
Soccer, it doesn't make it a better
sport.
Soccer
hasn't figured that out.
Yeah, right.
Oh, and
right. If they ever do,
you're talking about. I've gone to Dodger games and I've never had an issue. I've been to several of them. Never had an issue with fans, whatever.
Same
yes, you have your rowdy fans, blah blah. Okay, now you want to go see fights? You want to go see fights throughout the whole fucking game? Go to a soccer game. Go to a Mexico versus
right.
Go to a Mexico, especially a Mexico versus.
Oh, I agree with you.
Go to that one, bro.
Yes.
Go to that.
My daughter was in Europe and wanted to go to a game. I said, no friggin' way.
I wanted to go. I want to go.
You think that the Raider fans are bad?
herself.
Go to that game, bro. Don't make the Raider fans like.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you.
Right,
International soccer fans are on a completely different level than every other soccer fan when it comes. Shit, there's flares. They're going to see grenades. We posted videos, just crazy shit. But MXG, I appreciate the call, man.
Hey, man, you guys,
good
you
phone
guys
call.
Continue the good work. I like watching you guys.
Yes,
like
good
hearing
call.
you. Guru, Renee, Knocker, go to sleep.
Go back to sleep.
Have you had a finger up your ass?
Thanks, MX.
Don't go golfing with them.
Later, brother.
Right here on the chat, Knock, it says, let's see. Says it's okay, Knock, every time you're not on camera, dog picture pops up. He fills in for you. That's great.
That's funny.
Speaking of DP, Show Butchie struck out Fitz Kid 3 times in one game today. Damn. Damn, nice. It says here from Matt Barras, says when McDonald's had 29-cent burgers and 39-cent cheeseburgers, I put like 30 away. Damn.
Nice.
Dude.
That's a lot of bread because there ain't
That's
no
a huge
meat.
bit. That's a huge bit of shit that comes out. You look at the toilet, you're like, play that shit right now. You're like, fuck.
Are you dipping that thing in water or something?
Right? Jeez.
Yeah.
It's all bread. I mean, that little tiny little patty.
I think the most I've ever eaten in a short period of time like that, I did a double century on a bicycle, cycling. Mm-hmm. That's 200 miles straight. And I had, at every 40 miles, they have a stop for protein. I think I had 12 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that day.
Oh, my God.
And I had 16 bananas, okay?
Wow.
Some potassium.
You had to. I didn't shit or piss for 3 days.
Oh, my God.
For 3 days.
And then what
You're
happened?
like, hey, baby, look at this. I got
No.
And then what happened?
Dude,
swole up.
you're talking about burning every single ounce of what went in you.
Yeah.
But
Damn.
that was the most I could ever do.
All right, Knox, so those are my shots of shit, so I'll go to you now.
Okay. My first shit of the week, because we'll go negative first. This Nipsey Hussle thing, just why y'all killing each other, man? I don't fucking get it. Where's the outrage? Where are all the black activists right now saying, why are we killing each other? If that had been a white dude, if that had been a white dude that shot him, all hell would have broken loose. People stop. Just stop killing each other. This was a good dude, man. He tried to do the right thing.
He used to be in the Crips
he was a gangbanger, dude.
I understand, but he's trying to put money back in the community, doing computer things, trying to educate. It's just stop it, people. Look inside before you start blaming every other race for fucking your shit up. That's all I'm saying on that.
Stop killing each other.
Number 2, Sergio Garcia. What a punk ass bitch.
Wow.
What did you do now?
Punk.
She's a bitch.
Ass.
I missed it.
Bitch.
What did you
you know
now?
he got thrown out of that tournament in Dubai, right? For throwing a hissy fit.
That was enough. He shouldn't have been allowed
Okay,
back.
well they were playing match play this weekend, right? And he was playing Matt Kuchar.
Ooh.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
And he hit his putt, right? And he missed it.
Yeah.
Right? Well, normally you look, if I'm playing against you and I'm within gimme range, I have to look at you and you have to acknowledge that I'm going to give it to you.
Right.
Right? Well, this little shithead, because he's got a little piss-at attitude, walked up and hit it with the back end of his putter and it didn't go in the hole.
Yeah.
Right? Well, that counted as a stroke.
You're still away, dude.
Right? Well, it counted as a stroke and he lost the hole. So he's getting on Kuchar's ass.
Greinke bidding for one more. It's gone.
We should have tied that one. And now
Zach Greinke, a multi-home run game. Murphy and Greinke go back-to-back 6-2 D-backs.
dick.
I would have turned around and given him a 2-iron.
Right? You're just a bitch, Sergio. I'm sorry. You're just a bitch. Okay, we'll go to the positive side.
You dick. She's a bitch.
I got a couple of them. My granddaughter Penny just she had a birthday on 31st.
Birthday, Penny.
I have an 11-year-old granddaughter. Just like wow.
11? My oldest is 7.
All right.
You're an old fuck.
I'm an old fuck. All right. So happy birthday to you, baby. I love you. Kevin Kisner for winning that match play tournament. Just not the fact that he won it, but you know how I get about people who are slow golfers, right?
Oh, yes.
Look at the ball. Look at the ball. Take 6 practice strokes, then back off again. Look at the ball. Watch this guy play. Looks at it, grabs his club, walks up to the ball, puts it behind it, and just swings. Just boom. If I don't know what I'm doing by now, 3 practice swings ain't going to fucking help my next shot. Right? So kudos to him.
14 grips.
1, right? But Sergio's is ridiculous.
Well,
and Keegan Bradley's the worst.
Yeah.
But $1.7 million. Nice payday. The regional finals. All 4 games of this year's regional finals of the NCAA basketball tournament were the finest I've ever seen, and I've watched it for 54 years. I've been watching this tournament, and as a collection of games, 4 regional finals, absolutely unbelievably.
4 points last second.
Yes, 2 overtimes, and just they came down to the wire. Just the Purdue Virginia game was just unbelievably well played.
Purdue was up 3, and then all of a sudden they lost the game.
But just big shot after big shot after big shot. Just well played. The Kentucky game was close, but it wasn't very well played. But for excitement, for 4 games on one weekend, the best ever.
Gonzaga going down 2, 3 number 1 seeds
Texas
going
Tech
down in the same weekend.
The best weekend of basketball in that tournament.
What's the Michigan State coach's
Izzo.
name? Izzo for getting over that hump because man.
0-11 against Duke.
Duke has had the guy's number.
Yeah, they asked him that. Did you see the interview after the game?
I heard some. I don't know if it's the same one.
You struggled against Duke for a while. He goes, 0-11 ain't a struggle.
Yeah, I did hear the same one. I was like, shout out to him for just
That's
being
annihilation.
real.
Right?
For being real, be like, you know what? Yeah, this meant something like a lot.
Well, that reminds me of the Vitas Gerulaitis one where he said, no one beats Vitas 16 times in a row. After he had lost 15, he finally won one. You know,
I draw the line.
I draw the line here. This is it.
And then for this weekend, headed to Palm Springs for our annual viewing of the A&A Inspirational. It's the first major on the LPGA Tour. And if you like oiled up, good-looking legs, I don't care. I don't care.
Can I watch?
They're oiled up in short skirts, man. Even if they were straight, I have no chance of getting them. So I'm just enjoying the view,
you got a
man.
point there.
Right? I'm just enjoying the view. So, yeah, that goes on this weekend. So we're heading out this weekend.
Cool. Dano?
All right. You guys got any shots? Anything you want to give a shout out for?
Real quick. Shot of the week, again, March Madness, and I'm trying to remember the team, but they went in the second half 3-3-3, and they were just firing on each other. It was
that was the Purdue Virginia game,
and
it was farther out,
and it was
every time.
It was great.
Yeah,
it was really great, and it's one of those games where every second you're kind of going, "Am I holding my breath again?"
Yes,
I think I am.
It was unbelievable.
Even if you don't have anything invested in that game, you're invested just watching it.
Yes.
Going
Great
because
competition.
it's one and done.
Yeah, and it's taking you in it like
competition.
It's not best, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4. It's one and done. You're going home when you lose.
Right.
That's what makes the whole thing
It's crazy
just so exciting.
For how big that is, they're really just kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
that's why they're crying.
Like at 18, like to be, I couldn't imagine being
the
in
pressure
that
and
atmosphere
yes.
is just insane. Yeah. So good
All right,
shot.
my shit of the week. All you people on the 10 freeway, get the fuck over.
All you assholes.
Get out of the way,
so
goddammit.
I can get home.
And anyone who's driving 60, get in a fucking slow lane and stay there. In fact, just tear up your license and take the bus.
That is so great.
Welcome
Take
to
the
LA.
Metro, goddammit.
Oh my God, that is so good.
I've got a couple of bests, just family related, but I got my 5th grandchild coming up next month.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
So that's 5. That's 5, Knocker. Where are you at?
6.
God damn it.
That's 6.
All right.
Christ. Knocker might be stopped. The Knocker.
But then 2 weeks later, my last final daughter is getting married.
Yes. Looking forward to it. We can get the Porsche finished.
Right? No, it's already done. It's running. Right. However, I did have 2 weddings and a Porsche rebuild in 7 months. So I'm going to start a what is it?
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe.
Yeah. Just to recover.
I really need it.
I really need it. All right, I like it. All right, Renee.
All right, real quick.
Do we need one from Renee?
Yeah, real quick. I found out I'm going to be a new uncle. My brother and my sister-in-law are having a baby.
All right.
I don't know what it is yet.
Nice.
Cool. Shout of the week to my buddy Brandon Morgan, who I've known for over 20 years. Works at Dodger Stadium at the downstairs restaurant bar or whatever. Got free beers the entire time that we were there. He hooked us up. Yeah, he snuck us in through the back door.
Oh, yeah?
Because you have to have, like, I guess, certain tickets.
Where were we?
Right on. Oh, you guys weren't there.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was really great, except now he got fired.
I know.
You just got him fired.
I know, I just got him fired, right? Anyway, shout of the week to him because he's awesome. And shit of the week goes out to all the Dodger fans that beat people up
Thank you.
For
nothing,
for selfish reasons. And for those that spell Kike like online, they forget to put the accent so it looks like it says kike. So you're like calling him a kike basically. So it's really important. You have to put the accent on the E when you spell Kike online because then it says Kike Hernandez.
That's a mixed marriage.
It is.
There.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just observant. I just observe what I just see. I just call it like I see it.
Mexicans, come on.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like,
all right. So
don't be racist like that.
Have another shot.
Everybody!
We have enough for another shot. We come back.
Like I tweeted Murph earlier today. Maybe sometimes I should just keep my thoughts to myself.
Right?
That's why we do this show.
I know.
I like it. It says here, let's see if there's any shots coming in.
Nothing PC here.
She says stop buying whiskey.
Nothing PC here.
They're saying stop buying whiskey at Costco on the chat here. So I just want to let you know.
Oh, can I have one more shout out? It's not really a shot, but can I give a shout out?
Yeah, get called though for MX call.
It's
short
good.
And sweet.
It's not the only. My Maker's Mark's my preference.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. What do you got, Knock?
I got a shout out for Crispy Rice.
Yeah.
I think he sent it to you. I guess he's got a friend who has a band.
Oh,
whatever, and they're playing at the Connie, the world famous Connie, Saturday.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he sent a message out to me. Hey man, my boys are playing. Man, can I come down and have a drink with me?
You gonna go?
It's not world famous if I don't know where it's at. Where's the Connie?
It's right down here. On Route 6 on
Continental.
Oh, the Continental?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not like the Conti about it. Like
on.
I know where the Continental is.
You've only lived
I
here a
don't
couple
call
of
it the
years.
Conti.
You're not a Glendorian yet.
Who calls
You're
it
not
the
a
Conti?
All of us in Glendora. Hello.
You gotta shorten it up, man.
Jeez.
Because when you have
They're playing at the Continental. It's
not the Continental.
When you've had 3 drinks, you can't say
You can't say, oh, you want to go to the Conti. I feel like I'm British.
Going to the
You want to go to the Conti.
And if you slip it a Conti, that doesn't hurt either.
Yeah, but thanks for the invite, man. I appreciate you thinking about me, and I would have made it, but I'm out of town.
I might be there for him.
All right, we're going to get to break. We're going to get to another shot here. We're going to get to some fun stuff when we get back. You got knocked the fuck out. We got some funny videos coming up for you guys. We're trying to stream behind us and watch some good stuff.
Do we have any stupid shit Caucasians do?
We've got one of the best only white people coming up. Yes, we got one of those.
What the hell is this?
You got like fuck out drunk of the week, only white people, and
Steve, you're not white.
Best.
You're Italian, man.
There's some white stuff coming up on the show. You guys can call 626-208-9040. We're back right after this.
Did you see that?
I haven't looked at it yet.
Doing stupid shit.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it yet.
You didn't load it, man. There was so much stupid shit. These people.
We don't like that. Listen. Well, your job is to serve and protect, but coming like no power, who forget the concept. Well, this a Miss Irie, know me live and direct. We are rude boy intellect, and we sing say, put up your one well if you don't like police. Never move like punk, and leg up it again. Put up your hand well if you don't like police. Got enough of them a liar than thief, and me sing say, put up your one well if you don't like police. Them a move like punk. if you don't like police. Enough of them a liar than thief, and we sing say, well, crowd and people me have to wonder what I want when some officer put on them uniform. It's like them forget what they're supposed to do. That's protect me and you, and me sing now live by the laws that they pay to apply. Them guy happy answer to the most high. Stop terrorize the weak and terrorize the poor. We seeing it more and more, and we sing say, put up your one well if you don't like police. Them a move like bamboo and let go beats. And put up your one because you don't like police. Enough of them a liar than thief, and they sing say, put up your one well if you don't like police. Them a move like bamboo and let go beats. Put up your one well if you don't like police. Enough of them a liar than thief, and we sing away. Babylon them pull we over, and me say sometime on the hard shoulder. They give me license registration over, and then me say I live up pray to Jehovah, because no Babylon them wicked and thing. Look what them do to the youth Rodney King. No people them die in police custody, and that's just reality. And me sing say, put up your hand if you don't like police. Never move like bamboo and Lego bees. Put up your one well if you don't like police. Enough of them a liar than thief, and me sing say, pull up your one if you don't like police. Them a move like bamboo and Lego bees. Put up your one well if you don't like police. Enough of them a liar than thief, and me say, well, them no easy. Cause enough of them corrupt. Them no easy. Yes, enough of sickness stomach. Them no easy. The good happy suffer for the bad. Just ask Almighty God, and me say, well, them no easy. Cause enough of them corrupt. Them no easy. And me know them sickness stomach. Them no easy. The good happy suffer for the bad. Just ask Almighty God, and then we say, don't like police, I say we don't like police. So we send them, don't like police, I say we don't like police. Celebrate them, don't like police, I say we don't like police. Celebrate them, don't like police, I say we don't like police. I say, put up your one if you don't like police. Them a move like bamboo and leg up it again. Put up your one if you don't like police. Enough of them a liar and thief, and me sing say, put up your one if you don't like police. Them a move like bamboo and leg up it again. Put up your one if you don't like police. Enough of them a liar than thief.
Welcome back. Sportscast live. Hump Day Wednesday. Appreciate everybody who's been in the chat tonight. I know it's getting late on the East Coast, so I appreciate everyone staying up and chatting with us as we roll out the end of the podcast here with some fun stuff, as everyone loves on this show. We're getting some funny videos. Stuff you can find on the internet pretty much anywhere. All on my Twitter, but basically as well. At Real Josh Pacheco. At Interbeats1 on Twitter. You can also check us out. We play some video games on Twitch at Sportscast Squad.
Is the podcast on Spotify?
I don't know about that. I don't think
because you can find podcasts on Spotify. And I was wondering the other day.
You know what? I should find out. I'm gonna do that
if
tomorrow.
If we could get on Spotify as well, if we're not already on there, because we need to do that. It's 2019.
Yeah, I agree. We do need to get on there. I'll check it out tomorrow.
Okay.
Can you text me tomorrow or remind me?
Yeah, I'll text you tomorrow.
Will you? Because I'll check that out. Works out some time work.
Okay.
Text it out.
Can you
That's
fuck
good.
me tomorrow?
Can I what?
Did you just? My dad just come and say, "Can you fuck me tomorrow?"
I think so.
Did that just come out of my father's mouth to the producer of the show right now?
You're a good-looking guy.
It's not the first time I've been told
I'm going to Palm Springs. You got to warm up.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty man-friendly out there.
Oh, Lord. You have no idea. You have no idea, Renee.
Shot of the week there real quick on the chat. Shot of the week to UConn women's basketball.
Walk out there, you're off.
Was I on the air for that?
Jesus.
Was the show going when I just said that?
Shot of the week
Yes,
also
we
for
are on the air.
35th year of WrestleMania. Oh, that's awesome. 35th year of WrestleMania for Chris Price. So shot of the week.
As Craig Shoemaker would say, erase.
I like that. All right. Also, got Let's Go Braves from home. I don't care about that.
The Braves?
Yeah, Mike Hart. Who cares? Like, you know what? Just for dropping
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, thank you. And,
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Who
The
hell
Braves?
cares?
yeah, seriously.
They were relevant.
Wait, can we get one more? Can we get a tag team again? I'll go first. Here we go.
Oh my God! Who the hell cares?
I don't give a fuck.
Don't bring up that team again on this. No one like.
They were relevant 20 years ago.
Yeah, we're trying to get ratings.
They played the Dodgers in the playoffs last year, but they got beat.
Yeah, they looked really good doing it too, right?
Mike's going crazy right now.
Hey,
he just writes in hater.
Right? Hey, how about a shit of the week to the Chicago Cubs for making 8 errors in one game? Did you see that?
Gosh, yeah.
Did you
I heard
see
about it. I didn't see it.
8
though.
errors in one game.
Some dude on Twitter put it to circus music. 8 errors, Josh, in one game. Legit errors. Just dropping pop flies and kicking ground balls.
You
Just
motherfucking worthless cocksucker.
Wow.
That's what Joe Madden was saying.
No shit.
8 errors. Think about that, Josh. 8 errors for a professional baseball
That's a
team.
lot for a professional baseball team. But I guess like
in 2 weeks. That's a lot.
Yeah. For a quarter, that's a lot. That is a lot. All right, let's bring up some funny stuff here. I got some funny stuff.
Let's do it.
Bring up some stuff. Here we go. All right, guys. Well, first, let's go. You know, we just drank. We're getting a little drunk, so why not bring up Drunks of the Week on the show? It's
Why not?
Why
No,
not?
let's do it. I love it.
Do I need to move?
Remember when QuickTime here passed out in the booth, this booth,
never gets
and
old,
we
dude,
did stuff
ever.
to him that you do to ladies, and we promised we'd never tell you. all the greatest moments of my life I spent right here in this booth. Maggie's first word, Bart jumping that canyon, Mr. Plow, all the greatest moments of my life. I gotta go pee. I don't want to get up.
That's so Johnny Ice right there. Fuck it. I'm going in my pants 50 times.
Oh my God, you guys I don't even know what episode that is. Where
50
Johnny
times!
Icebox literally at Mardi Gras because he was so drunk back in his heyday. Peed himself over 15 times.
50
times in one day.
Yes.
In the same pants.
Standing up in a bar, he just the lines were too long.
Yeah.
And he's after the first one.
He said it was so wet, like outside his rain. Yeah, it just all kind of mixed together.
Yeah, his shoe was like you just imagine standing in a puddle. Standing in a puddle in the rain, and that's how your shoes feel. That was piss running down his legs.
God.
And just,
You know what I hate is like when I'm wearing shorts and you go pee up at the urinal and it splashes back on your legs. That's like the worst feeling.
Yeah, wait to get
ever.
my age. Right? You pull your boxers up and they're wet at the bottom. Like, fuck, I dripped in them again. Son of a bitch.
Right?
No matter how many times you shake at this age, there's always that last 2 when you stand up, man.
Yeah.
Knockers knowledge.
You pee up. I like that.
It's the truth, man.
It's like Johnny's just sitting at a bar.
Knockers knowledge.
It's good.
Mr. Dugan,
Johnny on Mardi Gras right here, sitting at a bar. Johnny White Belt Icebox. This is it right here.
Standing at his table.
Another beer.
I've been there, dude.
No, bartender, beer. So where are you from? Oh, Chicago. Oh, yeah. I'm from L.A. I'm producer. The radio show.
This is so good.
Oh, yeah, I like white belts. Yeah,
I like white belts,
It's like a California thing. Hang on.
Tiger wears them.
Can I get another drink? Yeah. I'm a Steelers fan.
That counts.
Yeah. Steelers fan.
I ain't gonna ask you again.
Yeah, that's good.
Shut up, Doris.
Why am I wet? Oh no, this is just raining outside.
Hey, you know Heidi and Frank?
I'm bar harping.
You know Heidi and Frank? I know them.
Hey,
Hey, mate, how long? Doris.
And that's Johnny at the bar.
That's some peeing.
So great, dude. That movie is fucking amazing.
I love you, Johnny. I love you, Johnny Eyes. All right, so what do we got, man?
All right, first up here on we got Dan. Oh my god,
I love this show.
I know, right? You got to.
God damn it! I woke up grumpy today. I was grumpy as fuck, and then Sherry's like, "Are you all right today?" And I was just, I don't know, man. I just woke up grumpy, and then shit just kept happening, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna let it go because I'm going to the podcast tonight. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. So I'm gonna try to let it. Here we are. So it's the end of today.
Cheers,
fucking
to
that.
Cheers, drunks of the week.
Right to Sportscast, baby.
Sportscast, dude.
You know what? You can be really happy right now, letting it out and having a good time, or you could be this lady on Drunk of the Week. Welcome to Spirit Airlines, as we like to call it.
Oh, Lord. That's fine. Yeah, record all you fucking want.
We will.
So proud to be trashy. I love it. Yeah, come find me then, bitch.
Trash me all
Nothing. You pussy asshole. My mother makes more motherfucking money than you. How about that? Who talking shit? Who talking shit? Who talking shit?
You could be her. But now you're having
so
fun
classy. And you should have warned me. I can't unsee what I just saw right there.
So you just saw that woman.
I just saw the big old cave up in there.
Oh, you saw her pooping.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Just come on, man.
Oh my god. So basically, guys, what we were watching right there for all the podcasters, listeners, and we were watching a lady that was drunk on an airplane right there in a summer dress, get down and stick her ass out in the air and shake it, bare ass, knock herself the cooch, and then go off on a rant because she was drunk and kicked off a plane. So, knock her. Well, that's one stage of being drunk, right? Right? That's one stage. The other stage is looking like a fool and knocking yourself out because it's your birthday and you decide to splash champagne, not realizing that the floor gets wet and you're going to knock yourself out. Here we go.
She starts prancing on the tile.
Oh my
Bam!
God.
Hey, but kudos though. She held onto the bottle and didn't break.
Oh my God.
Right?
Knocker butt.
She held onto the bottle.
out, man. You got knocked the fuck out.
Kitty face drunk ass bitch.
She had a filter on. She had a filter on her face. That's great.
Look at Renee. Renee, you can't take it no more.
Kitty face. Drunk ass bitch. Stop.
Renee's dead. He's turned away from the
dying
camera.
over here.
Renee's literally turned away from his camera so you can't see his face.
All right, stop. All right. Time out. Oh my God, that was so funny. That was so funny. That was the funniest thing I ever heard. Kitty face, drunk ass bitch. I don't know why that's so funny, but it's fucking funny. All right, I'm dying.
All right, let's go. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving this show.
All right.
You ain't gonna get this on Stephen A. Smith's show. I'll guarantee you that.
All right. All right, stop. My face hurts. All right. My face hurts. All right. All right. I gotta compose myself. Oh my God, that was so funny.
Oh man.
Well, so there's that stage of being drunk.
Okay, well, in the dead air, I want to give a kudos
Sorry
while
if
these guys
anyone
collect
called in
themselves.
while we were laughing.
Are you serious?
Sorry
right.
if anyone did.
Well, in the dead air space here, kudos to the guy that I saw on Twitter who took a dumbbell and painted The Rock's face with that dumbbell in black paint upside down. Did you see that guy?
No.
He takes a dumbbell, right?
Yeah.
And puts it in black paint. And he's got that big easel thing.
Okay.
And he's just doing this.
Yeah.
Flips it around, full on The Rock. Just amazing. Amazing.
Like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, that one. The one and only Rock. Yes. Not Gibraltar or not San whatever.
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
The actual Rock.
The Rock.
The Rock. Oh my God. Are we ready? Can we move on?
Yeah, I think I've recovered.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Professional hats on now, boys.
I'm kind of dizzy right now. I'm like, look at you now, like,
oh my God.
No, it's this crooked headphone. It's not you.
That's the funniest shit. Oh my God.
That's what I've been looking at all night.
What the heck is wrong with you, dude? How old are you? It's 2019.
You know the Multiplicity, that movie where they make 3 of them? He's the one retiring. Look at my headphones.
These are Beats by Dre.
No, but they're like an off-brand. They're like, this is like Beats by...
It's Eats by Ray.
Eats by Ray.
Jason wants to know if we're going to make it out of here alive. You guys are fucking stupid.
I got about the 99 cent story. They're Eats by Ray.
Stop, dude.
Hey, yo, come here,
Oh
Ray.
my God.
Yo, hey, come here, Ray.
Dude, I'm gonna die of laughter.
Yo, you're Knocker, huh? Hey, Knocker, come here. I got a deal for you, eh?
Oh my God.
I got a deal for you, Knocker.
Oh my God.
Come on, man. Let's professional up, man.
Son
Let's
of a
man up here.
biatch.
Come on, man.
No, dude.
Let's professional up here. Come on, let's go. In other news, breaking news.
Breaking news.
Trying to get to the third stage.
This is so hard. I don't know why it's so hard.
So we had the raging drunk. Okay, so we had the raging drunk, right?
And the kitty face drunk.
And then getting the knocked out drunk. Yes. So here's
Ow, I got a cramp in my leg. You ever got a cramp in your leg?
Oh, every time I have sex.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh. Go on, Josh.
That was for real.
Carry
Sorry.
on.
Okay, I'm trying to.
Carry on, Josh.
You might laugh even more right now because okay, the third stage.
Back on.
The third stage of being drunk is at your age, Knocker.
Uh-oh.
And you look good
What the fuck
now.
you know about it?
But this is going to be you in about 10 years.
Just raving at an ultra,
Oh my
huh?
God. Knocker, how old do you think that lady was right
70 at least.
That's not a full-on rave. You gotta be hammered out of your mind.
Right. That's a child of the
If you ask
60s
that
right
shit.
there.
Oh my God, it's fantastic. All right, Knocker. Well,
Right?
Oh my God. I'm trying to focus in the high.
Focus.
You must
focus, Daniel-san.
Daniel-san, time focus.
Time focus.
Let's get into
Best
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
inside.
You got knocked the fuck out, bitch!
Walk left side of road, safe. Walk right side of road, safe. Walk in middle, squish. Just like grape.
Just like grape.
Understand? I know that movie.
Time
like the
let
back of my
out.
hand.
So Josh, I sent
Oh, hold on. Wait, turn your mic on. Wait.
Okay,
Okay, sorry.
I sent a couple emails to Knocker hopefully
I'll forward them to you.
Yeah, but it's a little late. Next week.
There's some videos.
Oh, there's some funny.
Yeah.
Shit.
Okay, give me. Yeah, I'd love it.
All right, I'll send it to you next time.
Yeah, please
Probably better off doing
please
that.
Send it to me. All right, Knocker, we got two guys knocked the fuck out. The first one's right behind you here. Here we go. It's at a track meet. Come down to the wire. What are those things called where you jump over the
hurdles? Hurdles, Josh.
Hurdles. I wasn't a track guy. All right.
You were?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, me either.
Dude, he was a weed guy. What are you talking about?
My wife, like, I say all the time, I don't run. Like, unless you're, but she's like, she likes to run. And she likes to pay. I'm like, she likes to do these marathon, half marathons. Like, wait, I have to pay $100 for you to run somewhere
and get nothing.
She's like, but it's for this. I know. It's like, I don't care. You're running.
It's
like,
a tax write-off, honey. It's a tax write-off.
Unless, honey, I'm running from a bigger guy that's gonna be. That's why I need to run.
Hey,
That's why I got the electric scooter. It's like, why do I need to run?
I was in wrestling.
No, you know when we go on walks, my wife
Josh,
likes to go to walks. I was like, I'm taking the scooter.
I was in wrestling in high school, and our coach had us running all the fucking time. I said, dude, I didn't join cross country for Christ's sakes.
Yes.
He, oh, you want to wrestle? Yeah. All right, we'll work out on the mat.
Though.
Brilliant.
Stamina.
Fucking brilliant.
Right. Hello.
Stamina.
I am not a runner.
Well, either is this young feller who decided to take a face plant knocker at the local track meet. And here we go, the sound of...
Oh! That wasn't even close.
Did you hear the screams?
That was
I'm
even
like,
close.
I think the inevitable. They see the girl stumbling into the hurdle.
Oh, it's coming. She knows she's off step and it's coming.
It ain't happening.
Did you hear that scream before the break? I think it's like her mom, like,
get up, bitch, get up! Oh my God! She was going.
Oh my God!
She kept going
fantastic.
lower.
She couldn't go any lower. So
that's
knocker,
awesome.
First one,
That's
and
a
you
good
got
one.
knocked the fuck
Hey,
out.
where are the white women at?
You got knocked the fuck out, man! You got knocked the fuck out!
Hurdle, knockdown, face plant, bitch.
No, knocker.
Oh, here we go.
Knocker.
Here's Josh in about 5 years.
This is you at 60, man.
I was like, this is how I see knocker. If I let him ride it one day, I was like, can I ride your scooter, Josh? Let me try it out.
Come on, let me try it, dude.
Let me try it out. All right,
Come on, man.
All right, Dad, just watch out.
Let's do a wheelie.
There's some wires in the way.
Years ago.
Dude, his face
He tried to be so cool, lifting the one hand up. Look, Mom,
this
one
old
hand.
man's riding a scooter.
Wow.
And goes over some power lines that are marked. I
Yeah,
have to give
yeah.
him credit.
No, but
They
he's
are
in
marked.
control
They're
until
ramped.
he lifts his
They're
hand
even
off.
ramped.
Oh, he did show off, right?
He tries to show off.
Just like went over this little bump. Like,
Check
he's
me
like,
out.
Hey, check me out. All right.
You know what? Wheel diet. It's No. You can't do the hand and the same foot on the
Right?
same
He's
side.
just gonna
Wrong. You can do left and right.
Right.
You can't do left and left.
Right?
You got knocked the fuck out, man! You got knocked the fuck out!
Oh God, he
Show
bitch
off,
slapped him
brick
too.
eating bitch.
Brick eating bitch.
All right, Knocker. Next up here, this is one of your favorite news segments of the show.
I got a good workout, isometrics.
I did too.
That was a good laugh.
I want to go back in time how long we were literally laughing for on this show. This is ridiculous.
I didn't even know you guys were back on it. I thought you were just fucking laughing.
Oh, you missed a
I'll
good
clip
laugh.
it. I'll clip it in.
Almost sitting out there doing nothing.
Laughter.
So good.
Seriously,
We almost
died.
lost Renee.
Yeah, we almost lost it.
He'll do CPR
I could
on
not
him, man.
get
He
out
almost
of it.
hyperventilated
You
right
know
on
what?
out of here.
I think he's gonna die.
Well, Knocker, usually when we bring up what the fuck news, it's white people that lead.
Of course.
Hey.
It's no long. It's happened again.
Come on.
We were sent out here to do a story. To do a story about what? As you can see, there's construction underway here. They've dug out a little bit. There's water has accumulated. Traffic's backed up. In a city the size of Houston, there's always traffic.
So what's the big fucking deal? What the fuck are we doing out here? I ask you, what in the fuck are we doing here? So what's the big fucking deal? What the fuck are we doing out here? I ask you, what in the fuck are we doing here?
All right, Knocker.
happened on that.
Now we've had mixed races on What the Fuck News, but the white people,
They dominate.
They dominate.
Like,
what the fuck?
You guys hunt this shit down. I know you
do hunt this shit down. I do hunt this shit down. And literally, these two white people hunted each other. So, all right, Knocker. The headline reads: Fox News: Arkansas men, in bulletproof vests shoot each other after a night of drinking.
Oh,
invent elaborate cover story to the cops.
Wow. This is going to be
white
good.
People get drunk,
and
go
shoot
out
each other.
and shoot each other. You don't see Mexicans shoot in the air like that.
Hey, I spent $500 on the vest.
Renee,
I want to know it works.
Well, if they're shooting each other, they're shooting to kill. They ain't just
playing
with vests on.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Hey,
right?
Billy
They
Bob.
aren't smart enough to put vests on.
Right. Well, it says here, Charles Eugene Ferris,
Could be.
50 years old, and Christopher Hicks, 36, were arrested Sunday after Hicks showed up at a Rogers hospital complaining about chest pain.
No
this
way.
story gets really good. Watch.
No friggin' way.
Not wanting. Thank you. Thank you. I was waiting for that. Not wanting to reveal the true story of the backyard shootout, police said Ferris invented a lively story to explain the situation.
Got me a big bruise on my chest.
Says
it hurts to breathe.
Ferris allegedly told authorities he had been paid $200 to protect an asset, in quotations, whom he followed into the woods at a Hobbs State Park. Ferris reportedly said that while in the woods at about 10 p.m., the pair met the third man who approached the asset and prompted a gunfight. Cops say Ferris claimed to have been struck 6 times while returning fire and finally driving away with the asset. Ferris allegedly said the asset dropped him off at his vehicle, and the 50-year-old then dumped his weapon and drove to the hospital. But officials say Ferris went from looking like 007 to looking like a 0 when his wife showed up. Play the music.
You did what?
At the hospital and spilled the beans. Said Ferris and Hicks shot each other while drinking on the back porch of their home. His wife busted. Said no.
It's just good
Said
old
Ferris.
Southern fun.
Ferris then reportedly recanted
What else
his
you gonna
far-fetched
do
story and
now,
said told
Pamela?
authorities he lied to protect Hicks from getting in trouble. Police said Ferris then admitted to wearing a bulletproof vest and asking Hicks to shoot him with the .22 caliber semi-automatic rifle. The vest stopped the bullet, but it also hurt and left a mark on Ferris' chest.
Hell yeah. Got me some marks on my chest.
Oh,
It's
both
a 22. It ain't nothing.
Both men were charged with aggravated
Well,
assault.
at 6 feet,
years in prison.
At 6 feet distance, it probably
It's
hurt.
a little more. Hey,
I don't know.
I've left Welch with BB guns, so I know.
They got 6 years in prison. When they go to prison,
What?
they got 6 years. Right, it could face up to 6 years in prison.
No,
for
take the
aggravated
vest
assault.
off and let them do it again.
Right?
Fuck this 6
Right,
years.
For real.
When they get into prison, the guys ask, "So what are you in for?"
Shoot my brother.
Shoot my brother.
Shoot my brother.
Shoot my brother.
Bad boys. What you
Stay
gonna
away
do?
from us.
What you gonna do when they come for you?
Bad boys.
You better watch out for us. Don't be thinking you're
they
getting
got
my
6
cigarettes.
years?
6 years in prison for that.
Where do they try him?
My
in,
name's
like,
Daryl.
Wait, did
This
they
is
try
my
him in
other brother,
Chicago?
Daryl.
My name is Daryl.
My
Hell,
other
in
brother,
Chicago,
Daryl.
we would have got 6 hours. Let him go.
Right? 6 minutes.
Yeah, they would have reloaded your ammo before you left.
That is true. That is true. Now, last year we got knocking out baseball seasons. We're at a point.
Now I gotta
Well,
fucking clean
If
it
you're
up
gonna
because
sit
my
in,
wife's
if you're gonna sit in, put the headphones on.
Oh,
no, we're gonna talk about some
Doesn't
food.
work that way.
Put the headphones on.
Yeah.
Knocker, we got some new. I wanted to bring here because we got some food that baseball always comes up with some crazy concoctions with some food at baseball games. I mean, you go to.
They only need 2 things.
What do they need?
Hot dogs, beer, and hamburgers, Bill. And 2 things of food. They don't
But you
need
not agree,
anything
though,
else.
The hot dog is so overrated.
Not at a ball game.
It's easy.
No, 2 things to eat.
Oh, she just
See?
came in. Had you said
Who let
you're
her
the
in?
one that just
You're
said
bi-
put on the headphones.
Right?
to
You're
the
bitching about my
lady.
dog being here, and you let my wife in there.
Right, at least the dog didn't try to give me shit.
That's my point.
My God. And I can show you.
Yes.
The hot dog's overrated.
No, it's not. Good dog at a game. You can't beat
What
that.
goes on your dog? What goes on the dog?
Josh,
Oh, mustard
Josh,
Do you get the all
Have you
beef
been-
or do you get just like
Hey,
the regular
Have
dog?
you been to Dog Haus Beer Garden in Claremont?
The one that's right at the 210 right there. They
it's
just
pretty
put in?
fucking good.
Wait, they
You
serve
go
hot
eat
dogs?
weenies
So I
there.
feel like that's weird that I'm going to a restaurant to get a hot dog.
You
No,
go eat wieners
no,
there.
man, you want to put a wiener
I had
in
a
your
brat.
mouth? Yeah.
I had a brat.
It's still
You
just
got
a
everything.
fatter wiener.
They got friggin'
Do they dress like they're from
kielbasa?
Germany and shit in there?
No.
Lederhosen?
Well, I know it said Hausen.
When I was growing up, my grandma, she used to ask me if I wanted a weenie for like lunch. She's like, "Do you want a weenie?"
I already got one, Grandma.
Oh, sure, Grandma.
Yeah. Do you want a weenie?
Do you want a weenie?
With tortilla? Do you want a weenie with tortilla?
And then you go to Dr.
That burnt old, that burnt old corn tortilla.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Put some butter in that shit, the burnt ass corn tortilla. Hey, and then you get a weenie and you like put it on the. You put it on a fork and then you just like burn it over the stove.
Gourmet shit right there.
You can get any kind of sausage or hot dog you want.
Hell yeah.
Dipped in root beer batter. And make a
Good
corn
stuff, huh?
dog. Make a corn dog.
Wait, what can you dip it in?
Root beer batter.
Careful there.
Root beer
I
batter.
know. Throw out Dave's.
Careful where you dip that brat. That's all
Throw
I'm
out
saying.
Dave's little. Finger up your ass.
Have you had a finger up your ass?
That's butt knocker.
That's my dad.
That wasn't even me.
Oh, yeah.
Have you had a finger up your ass?
Yeah. You want to hear another thing that my father has said? I'm going to put you on the spot.
I'm just a sweet transvestite.
And another one.
How come you don't yell at him for hitting the table?
Oh, because he's guessing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you know, but he does. And another one, my father has also said this on the show, just so you know.
That was definitely not cock. You sure you want to sit in?
Just so you know. He's on the show right now. And if you could see Joy's face right now, you would,
Do we even do the taint? Nah.
No,
She's not ready for that, huh?
No,
She's not ready for that.
I don't think so.
No,
She's in the
I'm
studio.
not drunk enough.
Yeah, she's not doing it.
I'm so not
You're
drunk
in the
enough.
studio.
There you go.
It
Right?
needs to be a little more floating clouds
Right,
in here.
exactly.
There.
Oh, she's
right.
telling you to take more bong hits. I think that's what she's telling you to do.
No.
I have something licking my toes right now.
Oh, no.
And you're bitching?
There is something licking my toes.
And you're bitchy.
Yes, I am. It's not human.
You owe me $20, bitch.
You just pimp your dog out to me.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
All right,
Just
come
sit
on back.
and enjoy.
Come on back. Come on back, Hercules. Do my toes, baby. Do my toes.
Dave, put the peanut butter away.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Do my toes, honey.
Oh, he's got a Jiffy on the go pack.
Talk about beer batter.
Okay, so Steve, did you tell all the guys here about what you found in that box?
Where's this going?
What'd you
Excuse
find
me?
in the
Where's this
box?
going?
In the box that you want to bring out to the desert? That you're
Yeah,
gonna.
we already went through that.
You're
way
told
late.
them all at the. Oh
Yeah.
wow! I actually looked up to see if any of those magazines were worth any money.
So you looked at them?
I didn't look. I didn't look at them.
All right.
I looked at the dates.
You're reading the forum when we get home, bitch.
Oh,
No.
yeah,
Yes,
baby.
you
That's what I'm
are.
talking
No.
about. Penthouse Forum, baby.
With the
That's
natural
old. Do they
tits
still?
in the bush.
All right. Do they still do Penthouse with forums? And
I
all
have no
that?
idea.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, you know that.
No.
Oh, yeah, you do.
No,
Yeah, you
did
do. Own
see
that.
him? You see him, you walk into
Own
them,
it. Own it.
They're right next
Great.
to the beer aisle.
My bad. I'm
Great
a little
articles.
It's an impulse buy.
They have
I'm
great
late.
articles. They have great articles.
Oh yeah, sure.
Sure.
Educated.
Absolutely.
Sell it.
Quality
Sell it.
reading. Quality
Sell it.
reading.
Yes.
Knockers, no.
All right, man. Where are we?
I don't know. We're gonna do some food and get
We're
out
off
of here.
sports. I know.
I know, right? Again. Well, hockey playoffs start next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right?
Playoffs, yeah.
Can't wait for that. That's good stuff.
You've been watching hockey a bit.
April's gonna be a really good month for sports.
Yes. Yes, it
There's
is.
a lot going on in April with sports. You've got NBA playoffs going on.
Mm-hmm.
You've got
The hockey playoffs.
Hockey, you got
playoffs.
baseball in full swing.
Mm-hmm.
Getting started.
It's good stuff.
There's a woman in here, the WNBA.
She don't care.
Don't follow it.
Okay.
She doesn't
Do you
follow
want to
it.
talk?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She's a basketball player, and she won't watch NBA.
Right?
But she'll watch college.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I love the tournament.
All right, Knock. Well, tell me if any of these foods you would like to eat at these baseball places.
Okay.
Real quick, and then we'll get out of here. They got the four hands nachos at the Cardinals. Right? Are you a nacho guy?
Yeah,
I love nachos.
I was before my esophagus went to all holy hell. I can't do those anymore.
Oh,
but
I got
yes,
some good
I
drugs
love
for
them.
that.
I
They
love
got
them.
fresh corn tortilla chips topped with
Right.
white cheddar, pico de gallo, pickled jalapeno peppers, crumbled cojita cheese, sour cream, green onions. Knocker, I think.
Nah, it's too much.
Cream.
It's too much?
Yeah, it's too much.
Too much for you. What about the hot lobster roll you get at the Red Sox games? Did you get a hot lobster roll?
That might
Just
work.
sounds-
Yes.
That just sounds like a porn move.
I'm not joking.
Hey, how was your hot lobster roll last night? Oh, yeah.
It's a
Good.
friend.
Yeah, I'm going to get me a hot lobster roll. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Knocker, it's fresh lobster placed in between a buttered up New England style hot dog roll.
Okay, I could do that.
You could do that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Deep fry that bitch, too.
No, with the tapatio.
Bam.
Are you man enough to go? Are you man enough to go up to the concession stand and ask for the hot lobster roll?
Sure.
With a straight face.
I'm only doing it to a female
Can I
server,
get
though.
Two hot lobster rolls. Two.
I ain't asking no dude for a hot lobster roll. That's just not happening.
You got Stan. You got Stan at the concession stand.
Yo, Stan, hook me up. Give me 2 hot lobster rolls, Stanny. Big tip in it for you.
Or at least a little Mexican tip.
These are all sexual names. Now that I think of it, the Four Hands Nachos. You got the Four Hands Nachos. I'm really gonna watch this list. Hot lobster roll. The next one is the Fat Rooster.
The Fat Rooster.
I'll be back, honey.
Or make a cock.
Is that anything like this? Is there a Fat Rooster here? I'm sorry, did I ask that? I'm sorry.
I like the male version.
My wife's not on camera.
I like that one, though, Steve. The male version is the mega cock.
So you got the Fat Rooster at the Indians game, which is a spicy chicken breast topped with honey may, pickles, and house-made coleslaw.
That sounds good.
That sounds not bad, right?
I could do that.
Can't do that.
There's another sexual name in the sexual dictionary, the Kung Pao chicken drumstick.
Kung Pao?
Oh,
Yeah, give me the Kung Pao chicken
I go
drumstick.
geisha. Give me a Kung Pao chicken
You
drumstick.
get that at the Angels game.
Oh, $20. You go home happy.
And another dirty one also found in the sexual dictionary, the Frito pie corn dog.
Are you serious? Are you the Frito pie corn
I
dog?
gave her the Frito pie corn dog.
This stuff's
last night.
delicious.
God, that
It's a bad
sounds like
time. You
some
never walk in at the end of a
that
Sportscast,
sounds
Joy.
like Louisiana
Never.
penitentiary lunch right there, man.
This stuff's delicious.
Joy walked in at the wrong time of the show. You never walk in at the end of the show.
Right time.
She
Oh
can
my
hang.
God. All right, Knocker.
If she can't, she can leave.
Right? She
You
can
get
hang,
that
though.
at the Angels game. It's a foot-long corn dog that is placed in a bun and covered in chili and cheese. And
Okay.
it's basically a Frito
Could
pie
you
in
have
a
just
bun.
called
Call
it
it chili
something
dog.
else? Deep fried chili dog?
Well, you can also give your lady on a Saturday night the pulled pork pierogi hoagie.
Let me
That's a
explain
huge
how
bit.
this
Where's the porn music? You should be playing porn music to this, man. Give me that name again.
It's the pulled pork pierogi hoagie at the Pirates.
Isn't that a dance?
No, I don't know. It's the Pirates.
Yeah.
game.
Pull the pork.
We gonna get some pulled
Pull,
pork.
no, you pull the pork.
Karaoke hoagie, baby.
Yoki on the hoagie.
Oh man, I'm gonna give her
Hell
some hot
yeah.
lobster
Leave the
roll
shoes
later.
on, baby. Leave the shoes on.
Finish her up with the Fat Rooster.
Leave the boots on. You
Look
gotta
at
leave the
you,
boots on.
baby.
She played with my Kung Pao chicken drumstick.
Don't wash your hair, baby. Don't wash your hair. We're just gonna do it. Yeah.
I can't believe I'm doing this with a woman in the room.
Hey, you put your foot in the water, you gotta swim, man. That's all there is to it.
She's gonna hurt me when I get out.
She's gonna go out there and tell your mom, your son's a pig.
Right?
Just like your husband.
Right? You were right. You were right, Shell. You were right.
That means cut the porn music with the lady.
No, we need porn music for these names.
I'm
We
gonna
need
get
porn
laid
music
tonight,
for the
that's all I
names.
gotta
No, we're
say.
done.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah, I'm getting a look. We took it too far. We were sexy talking back and forth. And I took it too far.
Bisexual?
Yeah, Dan,
Bisexual.
Dan, please come in, sit.
Kick her out. Kick her out. Kick her out.
We loved having you, Joy.
That was great, Joy. Yeah,
That's
good
great,
time.
Joy.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
Thanks, love you.
Hey, come by again.
Love you. Go Yankees.
Oh, she was going to take your cowboy jacket.
Stay outside. Stay outside.
All right, Renee, we gotta get out of here because I can't do anymore. I'm like laughed out. Like I'm literally, I'm laughed out.
I have no idea how much sports we talked about, but damn, what a good time tonight, fellas.
We're gonna get out of here. All right, check us out on.
Hey, welcome back, Dan. Welcome to the show.
Check us out on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Stitcher Radio, Spotify. We're gonna get that going.
And make sure you check out In the Game, BKS1 Radio, Tuesday night, 6
Golf tournament.
Golf tournament, May 18th. $120. That includes your fees, your food at the golf tournament, and the after party at my house. It's going to drop off the hook, man. It's going to be good. We're going to have a good time back here, man. Bring your lady. Huh?
Or maybe stop at Steve's 60 for a drink.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
Yep. Either way.
Right, there you go.
All right, we're out of here,
I'll give you the address later.
We're going to be here back next. We're going to be back here on Thursday next week. Team's going to be in here right from the Comedy Store. Be in studio, Renee?
Yeah, Thursday next week, right?
Thursday next week.
With
Team's
Teams?
gonna be in here. All right, so
Nice.
check out that. We'll be back. We'll see you guys next week. Be good humans.